Testing, testing, testing. I have no idea why my mic was not working. Okay. Oh yeah, I also have to see the YouTube video behind this GIF, but see. So it is currently Saturday 4th. I hate how quickly time is passing, but it is what it is. That's what it, being in my mind comes with, is 5 years of your life are gonna disappear. I think that's okay. That's okay. Because we're learning, we're adapting, we're overcoming, we're striving. Okay, tracker. So it's my shift is my push to talk now, so I may not be able to talk and do a lot of things at the same time. So we started, so this is a long-term member of the Discord server, and we suddenly started striving for Immortal, which is interesting. We are striving for Immortale. Also, I could probably disable my push to talk. I'm home alone for like the past many days. Okay, no more push to talk for now. That solves all my problems, apart from the ones when I don't want to be heard, or when I need to take a call or something. So I still have the mute button if needed. Okay. So that's interesting. So that's like a new development here from us. We're trying to hit Immortal, improve our positioning, learn a new Duelist. Currently learning Raze. Raze is not a bad pick currently. I'm not quite sure now what the best Duelists are, considering there's been so many recent changes to Valorant agents in the past year or two, especially in the past year. So we have our tracker, we have a deathmatch VOD, we have comp VOD. Struggles, positioning with characters that have no get out of jail card. But we're trying to play Raze here, and Raze technically does have a get out of jail card. It's just not a very good get out of jail card. So the angles you can be in kind of depend. Like you can get out of jail, it's just you kind of need to have cover before you get out of the jail, if that makes sense. Like if you're stuck behind a piece of cover and you can kind of dash away, give me where is Taxibal? I don't know why it disappeared. If you have, for example, there's a lot. Valorant geometry has lots of this, where give me a raise. With a raise, you can, like, if you're crossing to certain angles, you can totally use your satchels to like get out afterwards. So like you attach the satchel to the wall, and after you take a kill here, you can just fly away, and now you're in safety. So that's one way to do it, and there's lots of these angles. Like these angles are everywhere. Like there's one here. Technically, there's one here if you're gonna get peeked late. For example, you threw a nade and isolated an enemy early on, then you know you can also get out pretty easily, and not get killed by anyone jumping up on top of the wall. And yeah, like most maps have these. Like I think the most iconic example, at least in my head, is which map was it? Corrode, no. Fracture, no. Haven? Yeah, Haven. There we go, Haven. Yeah. So the most iconic example that I can think of is here. Is this. Because here you can hold with an up or something onto this line of sight. And then like you can just tuck into cover. The enemy is usually going to be pretty far from you, so you can very safely just like satchel back into cover that way. But yeah, these pieces of geometry are everywhere. That's kind of the main precursor, because if you're just out in the open, let's say you're here, As a raise, this is not gonna work, obviously. You might get a kill if you're like in an off angle, but you're not gonna be able to escape. Unlike if you were playing Waylay or Reyna or Yoru, stuff like that. So yeah, the positioning does have to be slightly different, just so that we can actually survive for a second, so that then we can use our satchel. Alternatively, we can pre-place our satchel. Like we can pre-throw our satchels into the sky so that it lands like where we want it to, and then after we swing out, that's when we can pop the satchel. Like we can take a shot and then pop the satchel, and then we're gonna go back into cover. That's another way to do it. There's a few raise lineups that allow us to kind of have an instant escape like that. So there's various kind of things that you can do. You don't necessarily need to, you know, kind of specifically get into cover and take your time with it. You can already have the satchel pre-placed down if you expect a fight to happen. And, you know, usually, for example, round 1 of Haven defense, very often, you know, you're gonna have people scaling here. And there's various like other situations where investing a satchel will make sense. Especially if, like, for example, you're in post plant and there's some kind of angle you're playing in, for example. For example, let's say you're playing post plant, like in window, there's spike. Give me spike. The spike is planted for you. And you want to like wide swing. Then you don't need to have like you don't need to like do it in the moment. You can just pre-place the satchel because you're gonna expect to take the fight anyway on a post plant, right? So, and this is like one of those scenarios where like you can just pre-place the satchel. Like the moment you're like you fall back into window, you can just pre-place the satchel. What this does is also, if you do get flanked, like for example you hear a step or something, you can you know, pop the satchel. Is gonna help you maybe buy a bit more time on the fight, right? And then maybe you can peek the enemy, or maybe the enemy swings you, and then you pop the satchel, and then they're up in the air, and then you can suddenly, you know, kind of deal with them, right? So you don't necessarily need to use it to swing, but you can also use it to just take care of enemies. But this is not a good example here of this happening. A better example would probably be, for example, let's say the enemy has a neon. The enemy neon might stun double doors, and they might try rushing garage, and they're making some noise in garage. Pre-placing a satchel here is completely valid, or like somewhere on the doors, because now the enemy has to take care of the satchel unless they just want to, you know, get bumped by it. It's kind of hard to time it though against the neon, so maybe there's something else that can be done. I don't know. I don't play Raze. I've no idea how to play Raze. I've only watched Wuhujin. I think, yeah, the best player I've watched for Raze was fucking Wuhujin, and Wuhujin does his fucking shitty double satchel shenanigans even when the situation doesn't call for it, for example. And he just gets tilted when it doesn't work, which is kind of funny. So yeah, I think it's not a bad idea to just utilize general gameplay concepts, even if you're playing Raze. I think general correct gameplay concepts are gonna apply pretty often anyway, especially if you're playing like a Duelist, where your role is just kind of to get kills usually, maybe you know, just support teammates on the retakes and stuff like that. So like if you're gonna be floating is where you're just going back and forth depending on where the enemies are creating pressure, essentially just running to where the enemies are. Then yeah, you're going to be supporting teammates and trying to just kind of fill in the defensive gaps. You don't really need to be specifically in the same place every time. Like a Sova might want to start A long every round just because it's like correct to do so. But you don't have to do that. You can just be where you think is gonna be most useful, or where you get kind of the fastest rotates to either sides. So that's generally gonna be the mid or the B side. So if we're not sure what to do, you know, starting in the middle of the map is gonna be best on defense. So we have a deathmatch VOD and we have a comp VOD. So that's deathmatch. And here we're playing Waylay. So we're currently learning Raze, but we are playing Waylay. Okay. All right. So I've been lied to. We're not learning Raze. We're learning Waylay. That's fine. That's also fine. I'm not sure how much Waylay was nerfed. Oh right. What is the main change? Just that she has to hold. I think the main change is she just has to hold her thing, right? She has to equip her stun thingy, which is not that big of a change. It does kind of shift the pace of certain situations, I think. But it should be fine. It's just kind of like Jet type nerf again, like with Jet Dash, where you have to kind of equip the dash first. Like you have to activate the dash before activating it again for the actual dash. It's kind of like that. You have to equip the stun before you can actually stun. So just kind of slowing things down in terms of how you can use her utility, or how quickly. Playing with teammates that aren't cooperating, doing entry if the teammates aren't cooperating. So with this, you generally just want to bait them. It's that simple. You just want to bait the fuck out of them. They're not cooperating. They're not supporting you with utility. They're not getting information for you onto the bomb sites, or even if it's like a retake scenario, it's still technically an attack scenario in that case. Just bait them, because if they're not going to help you, well, the next logical kind of protocol is to make them help you. And how are they going to help you? By serving as your drones. And it seems selfish as fuck, but that is literally the most consistent outcome that you can kind of strive for. Whenever teammates are not using their utility, they're refusing to kind of take any responsibility for their actions. Oh look, I'm live. Oh my god, tech support Davis live. And so yeah, and in that case, you know, it is kind of rage baity if they recognize that you're just baiting them, but you shouldn't be concerned with that. You can just mute them if they have emotional problems. I have to mute teammates so often in this game. I think the 2 games I had recently, just randomly out of nowhere, in Valorant, one of them I'm pretty sure was just non-stop arguing. I don't even remember anymore, but yeah, it's like, it's not unusual for that to happen. Yeah, so even with retakes, you just need to bait your teammates. If it's like a situation in which you don't have very many teammates to bait, let's say it's like a 2vx or 1vx, then, you know, it's a little bit different. Now things would be a little bit more balanced, where like maybe in certain cases you wouldn't want to be baiting. For example, if you're low HP, you might want to trust your teammate to close up the round a bit more, and maybe you'd want to be the one going into the bomb site, getting information, trying, you know, making sure that that teammate can follow behind you and trade you as well as you can. That's pretty much the only, or that's the main kind of role reversal kind of scenario on retakes, where usually you're gonna want to be the one baiting your teammate, unless you are low HP, in which case it's much better if you go in first, because you're probably gonna die anyway. If you get spray transferred, you're dead anyway. So if your teammate gets spray transferred, well, your teammate will still have an advantage, because the enemy is spraying. They will probably have full bullet accuracy, so in theory you should still get traded, and then maybe the round will be closed out. Doing retakes if teammates are peeking, and fighting off of / with teammates. Oftentimes this is going to involve just looking at the minimap. That's very often the solution. You just pay attention to what your teammates are doing, where like the direction they're moving towards, or maybe you want to see their outline through the walls and see if they're maybe equipping a certain ability. Just kind of paying attention to what your teammates are doing on the minimap or through the walls when they're highlighted, holding angles. Okay. Oftentimes, holding angles is just about, one, having a piece of cover to fall behind, and two, holding with good crosshair placement, which is often going to be much wider than what you think it is going to be, because players in most ranks, they overswing the fuck out of angles. It can be any angle, and they're just going to overswing the fuck out of it, and that's why it might feel really difficult to shoot them, because they're going to be a really fast target. They're going to be a very fast moving target. And it's something that kind of mostly aim labs can prepare you for, maybe deathmatch as well, but it's a little bit different if you're like chilling and then an enemy just swings you out of nowhere, versus if you just always expect an enemy to be swinging you. Like, it's, you know, it's a little bit different, you know. Aim labs probably has the best scenarios just to replicate the situation where like you cannot possibly anticipate. What is the stream title? Is the stream title wrong? Wait, chat. Wait, that's not the right. I did not mean to pull up chat. Is the stream title wrong? Yeah, but okay, coming back, you're distracting me, you piece of shit. You piece of shit, you're distracting me. Twitch config, where's my Twitch config? Oh, here. No, it's just backup stream, you liar. It's just a backup stream. Okay, I mean, dude, I have 2 people submitting VODs. Let me do at least one, dude. So yeah, it's... Aim labs might give the more authentic kind of replication of the scenario where I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, anyway. Wow, that rattled the walls. Wow.
It makes better. It means.
Oh yeah, but let's actually get through it all. You train aim labs, okay, great. So maybe we'll want to look into some aim lab scenarios. I mean, that's very vague. Aim labs for 20 minutes a day. Okay, but like, what aim lab scenarios are you actually engaging in? Because, you know, that 20 minutes could be a complete waste of time, or it could be the most useful use of time for your aim, but that really depends. Grid shot. Just 20 minutes of grid shot. Yeah. That's like the worst case scenario, is they're just doing grid shot and like grid shot type scenarios, like static click. Just yeah. Now for Valorant, I think, you know, there's a lot of scenarios that are useful. It's like, I think for games like Apex Legends, I feel like every like fucking scenario in aim labs is gonna be useful. You know, for games where like your targets are moving quickly in all directions, and there's lots of tracking and other shit. You know, target prediction. Then, you know, like in Apex Legends, you know, like you want to train the fuck out of your aim, right? In Valorant, dude, like if you want to take the laziest approach, like there's probably like just very few scenarios you should be training, just for like a lazy approach. But, you know, even then, you know, 20 minutes is plenty to train some useful shit in regards to aim. I think what I did, the main aim training I did before Tiger was watching me, was kind of micro adjustments, a little bit of horizontal tracking, and some precision heavy scenarios. So that was like 20-30 minutes, roughly 30 minutes of aim training a couple times a week. And probably not the worst shit to go for. I'm not like an aim expert, but Valorant doesn't seem to require that much aiming compared to a lot of games. Okay. Additional notes. How to clear some parts of the maps. Yeah, that really depends what you mean by that. Which exact parts of which maps. Additional notes. Feel free to be as brutal as you want. My mental won't be affected. I'd love to hear that, but you're only saying that because you're aware of the truth behind how coaching could be a sensitive thing. when the objective is obviously to just, you know, get the person to be the best version of themselves as they can be, but that's fine. It's fine, you know, awareness is good. I'm getting a new ISP soon, meaning 20 to 30 ping instead of the current 50 to 70. 70 ping is still fine. Like, as long as it's consistent ping. 50 to 70, it's okay. I mean, Tiger, shut the fuck up, Tiger. I shredded you in a deathmatch when you had fucking, I don't know, like 80 ping or some shit. And I was on low ping as well. You remember, right? When we tested it? It's not about the fucking ping, dude. It's about ping in Radiant. Immortal 3. Radiant, Immortal 3, that's when ping really starts to matter. I would say maybe as low as Immortal 2. It can definitely start to matter. But when players are mechanically shit, when players don't even know where to look with their eyes when they're holding angles, or when they don't even know like which angle at which timing the enemy could come from at any moment in time, on like in certain areas of maps, then like, dude, you have so much time to kill the enemy. You have so much fucking time. So ping, you know, low ping, you can just abuse it by swinging shit. It's not the end of the world. If you are looking to be a mechanics type player, then, you know, if you want like aim and mechanics and movement to actually carry you, yeah, you probably want lower ping. Definitely. But it's not really necessary in Valorant. There's a lot of other factors at play. Ping is just one. But yeah, that's great to hear. Yeah. I mean, it's like, it depends where exactly in the range and also how inconsistent the ping is. So if the ping is literally as equally often on 50 milliseconds as it is on 70, well, now that's a problem, because you're fluctuating 20 milliseconds back and forth. That's not great. That's probably difficult to get used to. But if it's just a very consistent, let's say 60 ping, and sometimes it just goes down to 50, sometimes it goes up to 70, but it's just generally consistently 60 ping, well, that's okay. That's much better. But if your ping is just going back and forth and it's just jittery, that's not good. So maybe we'll see it in the thing. We have some graphs here, but I want to take a look at the deathmatch. And already, bad crosshair placement. First second of the deathmatch, terrible crosshair placement. As you can see, it is deviated. I'm joking. I'm obviously joking. But Immortal is our goal. Okay. Wait a second. Did I get yeah, that's everything. Okay. I think I can just hop off this. Yeah. Actually, maybe let's see the tracker first, actually. Good headshot percentage. I would say maybe too high. It's plat. So maybe you've been focusing on headshots until now, but now it's important to actually... Holy shit, we're a Pearl Demon. We're playing Jet, we're playing Raze, and Waylay. So we're playing the Escapability Trio. The Holy Trinity of escape agents. Very nice. We seem to be performing fine. We kind of started initially, we got off to a strong start, but 8 matches is way too much, but that's fine. Okay, we're back to like a reasonable amount, and we've been playing consistently since then, so that's good. So what map is that? That's I've been learning my maps. That's there's a hidden app on the Play Store called Cetera. I've been using it. Fuck, I don't remember. It's like, it's at the tip of my tongue. Okay, I've seen this map many times when learning from the app. Okay, but anyway, I mean, good win rate percentage. So like, we're clearly like pushing here. Like if our win rate percentage was lower, I would be like, you know, with the other stats, like you know, really good KD ratio, like click show more. Yeah. So oh yeah, shit. Wait. Ooh. So we kind of dipped here. When was this? 23rd March, 30th March. So that's across a couple days. Okay. Not that. V26 Act. Yeah, so you see, I have an issue here. I have notes where I have some information on... Is this it? Yeah. So I have some reference notes here for this shit. Just from some charlatans tracker reviews. That's not it. Which one is it here? 140 damage per round is okay. So let's see, 140 damage per round. So that's great. 1.2 KD minimum is needed to carry. We have way more than that, which is great. That's across 40 matches. 40 matches is good. That's a good amount to go off of. 20% overall headshot percentage is okay. 25% on Vandal. Oh my god, fuck, shit, Christ, my god, Christ, shit. If we just go, hopefully there's no sensitive information in my bookmarks. We go Valorant, we go YouTube trackers, we go, who do we choose? Curry, maybe? Where do we go? Who do we go? Exeter, Woods, Trent. Maybe we go Curry. I'll go Curry. Let's see Curry's headshot percentage. Shit. Okay. I have no idea. Favorites, maybe? I need to sign in. Oh my god. Wait a second. Be right back. I am a human. Yes. Oh my god, it's making me do a puzzle. Wait a second. Let me just quickly pretend to be a human. Please click on all the icons that show multiple times. All the icons that appear multiple times. Okay. Pow, pow, pow. I think that's it. I passed. Yes. Whew. Okay. Favorites. Lisa, hashtag 406. I don't think that's... Oh, no, that is Curry. I think that's Curry's tracker. Okay. That's Curry's tracker. There we go. I believe so, at least. I believe that's Curry. So if we look at his headshot percentage, you are on par with the Radiance. This is not necessary. This is not necessary in the slightest. It's just... It's not necessary, really. Like, that's just way too much. Radiants have everything min-maxed. Let's take a look at a different Radiant. Maybe someone who's not as known for their mechanical one-tap skill. This guy's quit long time ago. Can I see just a very old act, perhaps? Overview of an old act. Yeah, so as you can see... Like a very below average mechanical player in Radiant is going to have a much lower headshot percentage. Generally, anything over 25% is completely fine with a Vandal. Anything more than that is like, may not be necessary. May not be. Really depends on, yeah, like your mechanical skill, your ability to hit the difficult shots. So now let's see what else is there. Okay, is that it? That's it. Okay, so we're gonna wing it. We're gonna wing it. My notes are not sufficient for this. Clutch percentage, I would guess that's pretty low. I don't have enough references yet to actually know if these stats are good or bad. So that's across 40 games. 40 games. Across 14 games. I guess that's fine. 1v1s, 1v3s. I should probably be looking at damage per round, which I already looked at. How do you get free coaching? You just submit a VOD to the Discord. Lineup bros. If you add me, I'll just second. If you add me, tech support Dave, I will I'll accept and invite you to the Discord. The rules are not very strict because not many people are submitting, but if more people start submitting, I'll make the rules a bit more strict just to make the quality of the VODs a bit more consistent. I've already had a few VODs where people were like blasting funk music in the background. It was before I made this channel, but yeah. Yeah, I was just doing it to show my name. Oops. Yeah, I mean it's fire, but not when it's in the actual VOD that I'm trying to review here. Yeah, I need way more references for the stats. Like, I'm not that big of a believer that stats can, you know, kind of help in any significant way, but I think that stats can kind of they can provide an idea of what a person may be struggling with. Perhaps if I could actually see the stats in percentage form instead of just the raw values, perhaps it would be better. Like, out of how many clutches have we actually like won? Because like we might not always be the clutch percentage 1.3%. So that's one, right? That's one. But for example, average combat score, like that's probably good. It's probably really good. I would guess based on my notes. I already forgot. Ability casts, and also there is also the question of, is this even accurate information? Because I remember when I was looking at my own stats whilst I was trying to grind for Immortal multiple times, the stats never really aligned with like what it seemed my stats actually should have been. My peak is Immortal 2 something RR on Sova, so I had a very dreadful experience, but somehow, even though it was the hardest agent in the game that I've played, I still peaked way higher on him than like on Phoenix or on Brimstone. On Brimstone, I've just quit and moved on to Phoenix instantly because I fucking... after 400 hours of Brimstone, you kind of get bored of the agent. And Phoenix was kind of a nice change of pace, but I still only peaked like Immortal 1 on Phoenix because... I think I just also kind of found him boring after a while. I'm not sure why, to be honest. I should have stuck around with Phoenix just because he was so good back at the time. Yeah, we're still doing the tracker review. Basically, the summary so far is your stats are good, but they might be a little bit too good, especially your headshot percentage. Players like Curry have basically the same headshot percentage as you on the Vandal. That's not necessary. Players like Ztol, they have 30%, something like that. Anything over 25% is fine on the Vandal. That's about the gist of things. You're probably aiming for the head a little bit too often. Just a little bit too often. Can I see individual agent headshot percentage? Or am I just blind? Okay, I don't know why my voice is going already. 1 second. I might need water. I actually have water, yeah. Right here. Okay, I don't need water. I have water. Beautiful. Yeah, so we're going for Immortal. It's not very ambitious, but if we don't have much time or if we have bad internet, then that's fine. Yeah, so great win rate on Jets. Great win rate on Waylay. His stats look nice. He can probably get at least. No, he can get Immortal. So the thing with Valorant is that it's your decisions that determine your rank mostly. Like this guy probably has good enough mechanics for Immortal already because it's not a high bar in the slightest. just in terms of raw mechanics, it's not a high bar. Like, I've seen Immortal players, Immortal 2 players, in fact, who were playing ISO, and when you spectated them, they seemed pretty boosted, but then when you looked at their tracker, they were not boosted players. So, yeah, Valorant is like, it's one of those games, kind of like Overwatch, where like you technically don't need crazy aim. There's definitely ways to play this game that... Okay, so immediately we're just walking out into the open. It's okay to chill. You can see specific agents headshot percentage in agent tab. Let's see. Oh, there we go. So Waylay. Ooh, interesting. Interesting indeed. Like it's great that you're trying to learn Raze. I think Waylay is still one of the best duelists to play though. I was gonna make like a tier list event at one point. You can even see the thumbnail, or we could a second ago. There's like this tier list option on this website. So I was thinking to make my own tier list. It's just, I think I'd rather wait a bit. Like they're still making like many changes to the game. So not that great. Lotus, Waylay is fine. Waylay is a very versatile agent. I feel like Waylay is good on most maps. Similar to like Jet. Okay. How much deathmatch do we do? Let's see. Performance. Okay, so we've only just started grinding, I would assume, because so far we've not really been maining anything specific, maybe Astra or something. And we've been kind of chilling with like less than 10 games, less than 10 wins in a lot of acts. So we're basically not playing the game until now, I would assume. Team deathmatch, pretty low hours. Let's see, deathmatch. Hello, deathmatch. Hello, am I blind? Oh, let's see skirmish. Okay. Oh, here's deathmatch. I am blind. Okay. Okay, that's a little bit better, but that's B25 Act 2. And we are currently B26 Act 2. So we need to do a bit of deathmatch for sure. April 3rd, one deathmatch is not. It's not great. Oh my Jesus Christ! And then 6 days ago we did this fucking thing. So already there's clearly like a lack of consistency here. We're doing like an itsy bitsy random ass deathmatch, maybe for warm up or something. And then there's just this block of death matches over here from a week ago. Yeah. Ideally, you want to be doing at least 2 death matches before your games, and then depending on how many games you've played, you want to scale that up to everything else. So here, Jugen's deathmatch block. If you play 1 hour of Valorant every day on average across a week, Jugen is just he's like a Valorant coach as well. He's not that great, at least like a year or two ago when I was part of his community. I've witnessed some very like weird approaches to his coaching. Like he would kind of backseat in his scrims in a way that wasn't really helpful, because it didn't really get the students to think. He was just kind of yapping and explaining things, and like not in a way that a good teacher would. So he at least back then was not a good teacher. Nowadays I have no idea. Maybe he learned a bit more about coaching. I don't know. I don't know if he needs to. A lot of people are in on his program. So yeah, if you play like 1 hour on average every day across a week, it's not really necessary to play deathmatch, but it does quickly ramp up. He quit Valorant, like coaching, or because like I've quit Valorant, but I've not quit coaching because I still enjoy coaching. At least I hate playing, but I love coaching. So all of it. Oh, that's a shame. Like, he had potential to be like a really good fucking coach. Like, he even had the fan base to like support his I guess you could call it, project. Okay, that's unfortunate. You know, like I'm more of a hater of his community, but is it even his community specifically? Not really. Like, it's just the Valorant community that's horrible, especially in these coaching communities. So I think I'm more of a hater of not the coaches themselves, but just the fucking communities that are formed around them. If I were to form a community, I think the number one thing I would do is just, like, it's annoying because the reason these communities exist and the reason these communities are shit is because there's a kind of shitty moderation, but it's either way, it's shitty moderation either way. Like, if you just ban people for being assholes, but you ban them not necessarily for breaking any rules, then that's still going to be shitty moderation. And you know, you're gonna just create more and more haters over time, and like, it's unavoidable, but that's one way to do it. The other way to do it is kind of like Charlatan has been doing up until now. Another Valorant coach, he's one of the best Valorant coaches in the game at the moment. He is claiming he will rework the moderation system, but it's fine if he doesn't, because it's like, you know, it's difficult to explain, but like, you know, the more people can stay in his community, like on his Discord and shit like that, the more people might be interested in his coaching. So it's like, it's still good. Any publicity or any attention is basically good attention. It's just not good for like specifically the Discord community. If anyone else who might be bothered by these people would join the server, but it seems to not be that much of an issue. How many trophies has Charlatan won? Trophies? Well, he's hit Radiant like 23 times in EU, and like 1 time in America. So like, you know, like he might be too old at this point to be hitting Radiant with these, but he's hit Radiant quite a few times, a lot of times in fact. Just with his like playbooks in mind. Okay, but yeah, like you usually don't need to play more than 10 death matches, but so like if you want to go safe, you know, like let's say you're not sure how many games you play on average, even though Tracker can tell you, you know, just play like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 death matches. Usually, regardless of how many games I played, I would just play like 4 death matches at least, just because it's good training. It's good training. It's really good fucking training, deathmatch. And then obviously aim labs as well is is great too. And I'm thinking to prepare some aim labs routines. I have some in my bookmarks, but I've not like, because the thing I want to do is I want to kind of look into what's the most time efficient way to aim train. I don't just want to throw my students into like a 40-minute deathmatch routine every week. Like I hate that this kind of like high commitment thing. I hate it. Like it can't be high commitment. It needs to be like a 20-30 minute thing that you could even do like every day, no problem, after your games. Okay, let's see our weapons. What the fuck am I looking at? What the fuck? Wait. I'm really confused right now. I'm I'm really confused. I am actually confused. Oh, it's deathmatch, okay. But it's still bad. Wait, it's still bad if it's that. Okay. Okay. We cannot be one-tricking the fucking Vandal in deathmatch. We can't. Like, we actually cannot. Like, you already used the Vandal a lot in your competitive games, I would guess. Yes. We use the Vandal a lot in competitive and in deathmatch. That's, you know, that's like, it's kind of redundant. Like in real games, yeah, it might make sense to buy the Vandal a lot. But in deathmatch, yeah, why not train the Ghost more? Why not train the Phantom more? Why not train the Operator? Why not train the Sheriff? Like, maybe not the Operator. The Operator is like, it's kind of redundant because what you train with the Operator is more just crosshair placement, but you can do that with any gun. Unless you're specifically training peeking with the Operator. But yeah, we need to use like a lot of different guns in deathmatch for sure. Like Guardian would be perfect, especially on maps like, I don't know, Haven or something where like you don't really need to ADS with the Guardian. Those kinds of maps are great. Like around the seaside, playing the Guardian is amazing. Okay. But as for competitive, we're not afraid to use like the Marshal, which is interesting. Most players are pretty scared of the Marshal. Okay, yeah, we're underusing the Outlaw, we're underusing the Shorty. There's lots of situations when you want to use the Shorty, like when you're entering smokes that an enemy could be in. The Shorty just helps you like guarantee the kill. It helps you enter the smoke faster. It helps you enter the smoke in different ways. It helps you enter the smoke without your gun barrel being visible to the enemy first. But you still want to enter the smoke aiming sideways. I'm sure like most people know what I'm talking about if they've seen some pro play. Spectre, generally, I don't think the Spectre is still that good. I think Stinger is generally still going to be better over the Spectre. The Spectre is better for more general scenarios, but you can make the Stinger work very, very easily. You just need to avoid the longer range engagements, basically. Not like the Spectre is that good for longer range engagements either, but yeah. I don't think there's anything else for the tracker. At least not until I get some better prep for tracker reviews. Okay, so we need to be going towards the A sites. There's no point in going mid. The fights you get mid, so already we're not taking any useful fights here already. Like this is pointless. This is pointless. This could be useful, but now we're going back spawn. We just need to fight around the A site or the B sites. That's where most fights are gonna happen most of the time. And then for these defensive scenarios, obviously going mid is a little bit better. Just because you are generally going to be fighting for mid control. Yeah, we're really... we need to take our time. Like, after you spawn, take a pause. We're just running out into the open immediately. Like, it's fine if you want to get into, like, better cover, like here or something. But, okay. But we need to... pre-aim. We have no pre-aim. There's no pre-aim. We are just kind of using like a steering wheel to get around the angles. But you need to now, if you want to peek the B side, you need to actually look at the B side before exposing yourself. But you're just kind of your crosshair is like in the walls. Okay, so now, yeah, if you just want to take fights as quickly as possible, yeah, this is fine. Just so that we can respawn and get a better spawn to go to the A site or the B site, where we are gonna get more useful fights. So we're kind of unaware of my deathmatch playbook, which is go to the bomb sites, unless it's like defense, where mid isn't important to defend. And it's not true for attack really, because how many times is the enemy actually gonna like peek mid? Like when you're on attack, like peeking double doors on Pearl, for example, is like kind of risky. Like people don't usually do it because it's just kind of difficult to get a kill there. So people are gonna peek what's it called, shops or whatever. They're gonna peek. They are gonna peek Pearl. They are gonna peek this thing, this area, from double doors, but they're not gonna swing out wide towards top mid unless they see no one here. And if they do, that would be a useful fight to take in a deathmatch. But instead, we're just taking these fights where like the enemy is just kind of like out in the open, which you're not gonna see. You're not gonna see the enemy just walking out into the open, just being out in the open in random spots. So this is fine. This is a good fight, but now that's a bit less natural, unless you like flanked through A, but it's still not a common fight compared to just playing on the A side or B side. So again, just please just go to the bomb sides. Like, so now we can actually take some fights if we're just not knife out. Like, it's okay to like hunt for the kills in deathmatch, but we need to have our knife out at least the moment we get to the bomb sites, because after we get to the bomb sites, just very roughly, that's okay then, because now we can practice our crosshair placement. So if we are literally like anywhere inside of this area, that's okay, because now we can slow down, take our time to hone in on our crosshair placement, no matter where you are. Like, if you're going this way, you like immediately have ways in which you need to start training your crosshair placement. If you're going this way, again, immediately you have ways to start training your crosshair placement. You need to pay attention to this angle. You need to pay attention to the far angle here. You need to pay attention to this angle here. And then once you're actually in this area here, you'll need to pay attention to the church angle, to this close angle here, to that angle, to the main angle, A main, yeah, A main. So it's like, and the same is here. Like there's a million angles to like worry about. This angle here is one angle to worry about. This angle here where the killjoy was, and then as you push up, there's this the dugout or secret angles to worry about, and then as you like push out more, there's this vending machine angle. There's the link, the main. So again, there's like all these angles that you kind of need to slowly clear one by one. Like at this point, you are like 100% likely to get a fight. An enemy will spawn on you, so there's no reason to rush. Like if they don't spawn on you, that's fine, because you've been training your crosshair placement. So something was still done. And that's kind of why generally, if you want to train your crosshair placement, it's better to do it in custom games where there are no distractions. But if there are no distractions in a deathmatch, that's also good. Now you can just slowly clear everything. And eventually someone will spawn on you. I should probably make like a small playbook for deathmatch, because it's just the same things, really. Like there's not much to it. Like gravitate to the bomb sites, take your time. That's about it. I say this shit to like a lot of people at this point. Yeah, we have good aim, but there's no reason to be knife out. Even if we're low HP, even if we are low HP, that's good. And the reason that's good for us is because now we have to learn to adapt to the situation. So we don't want to just run out with our knife whilst we're out in the open hunting for those heals. Instead, we want to figure out a situation in which we might be able to get one more kill before we die. Or maybe we just won't die and we will manage to get the heals, but we need to figure out the situation in which we'll be able to get to that point. And a good idea is to then, one idea at least out of many, is to just hold this angle. Like hold something, doesn't really matter what, like go to the vending machine, hold main, or you know, chill at the vending machine, peek off info. Like if you hear someone stomping behind you, yeah, then peek them, try and go for a clean headshot, clean peek, clean headshot. It's much more valuable than trying to just hunt for those heals. And this way, maybe if you hear someone stomping somewhere, you know, maybe Link, you'll be able to like hold them with a crouch from some off angle, and as you're low HP, you're still gonna get at least one more kill in, which is kind of an accomplishment, because all they have to do is tap you once. So it's like, if you are presented with a different scenario, like you're low HP, you kind of need to just think about how you're going to play it versus your next enemy. Like a lot of the time, people are just gonna like higher ranked players, they're just gonna hold an angle, like that, what you were just holding there. If they're low HP, they're gonna hold something like that, try and take a shot for a kill, and then continue in some other way. Okay, so we're overswinging as well. Because we're not taking our time, at the same time we're not meticulously cleaning or clearing each angle one by one. So we need to slice the pie. We need to firstly make sure that no one's on this angle, and then we need to make sure that no one's on this angle. And only then we need to make sure that no one's on this angle. Only then we need to make sure that no one's on this angle. So there's at least 4 different angles, you know, or 5 technically if we include the vending machine, that we need to clear. And then maybe, you know, later on, maybe how do I undo? I can't undo. There we go. Then maybe later this angle, but we can't just swing. We cannot just swing where we're exposed to this angle, this angle, this angle, this angle, and maybe even a little bit of this angle. Now, it's impossible for us to win this. Like, if there is an enemy in one of these angles, we've already lost. If there are 2 enemies in 2 of these angles that we've exposed ourselves to, now we've pretty much guaranteed our loss. And there's not really anything else to say about it. It's just a really the worst possible overpeak, I would say. I don't think there's the need to continue. I think I've kind of said enough. Yeah, we need to target confirm. We can't just look away instantly. We need to take our time. Maybe headphones. If we don't have headphones, we'll need headphones. Because I don't think I ever die like that. I usually hear them spawning. I think when I do die like that, it's when the spawn is the alternative rare spawn, which unless they changed it. Did they update deathmatch where you can't hear the spawns anymore? I'm recollecting an update like that happening. Maybe I just didn't notice that change yet. Because if you can't hear the spawns or where they're coming from anymore, then that will change things a bit.
10 kills remaining.
Okay, now I'll hop off it. I think I've said enough. I will maybe make some notes now. Grab the bomb sites. Isolate your angles. What else? And I'll probably just make like a deathmatch playbook at one point so that people can actually use it for more effective improvement. Now, I'm really taking my time here this time. I think the reason I'm taking my time is because I am fully free for the next 2 days, like complete freedom. And I'm just feeling very, very relaxed, I guess you could say. Okay. So that's for the deathmatch. Just 3 notes for the deathmatch. We have good aim, but we just need to kind of improve our routing where
We're going into
it's only a
day.
30-minute VOD. Maybe I'll get through it in an hour. Let's
All
see.
out.
Quality 1080p, very nice.
So
Okay, so right now we have 53 ping, so that's okay. We're kind of
Yeah, I mean, okay, I might just stand here.
yeah, flash could be a threat from the breach. A stun is the bigger threat. You can turn the flash, but you can't dodge the stun as easily if it gets you
What if
on
no
the
one
angle.
flashes though? What do I do?
There's honestly
Yo,
the
yo,
flash is
yo,
not the
go
worry, it's the stun. The stun is the worry. It's an okay spot to stand in. This is the Wuhojin
Sound
position.
on me.
Jump spot is nice. And now we have info. Now we can go mid. We have mid info as well. We know it's B. We can just rotate. We can try and time things with our sky.
Spike planted.
So now we just want to wait for the sky. We just want to wait for the sky. Oh shit.
Last player standing.
Ooh.
I shot him.
Okay, so that round relied on
Let's go
the sky
to refresh.
to basically take the garage.
Planting B, rotating.
After sky takes the garage, that's when you want to take your fights. Because now the enemy will be distracted. They will not be able to stand behind the pillar unless they want to be fully exposed with a disadvantage, because the sky will have cover. At this point, I'm just teleporting back, honestly. Like, I know our sky died, but the round basically relied on our sky, and our Reyna is still AFK. So here, I would honestly just get info. I just get info,
Last player standing.
and I would just try and dash away. But we did die really quickly here, so probably not possible. But yeah, the intention was there to take a shot and TP. So yeah, not much we can do with Reyna AFK.
Shot him. It's going to refresh.
Okay.
Okay, noted. Nah, full save. Sounds B.
So do we have a plan here?
Just rotate.
This would be a nice plan. Like if they don't clear you, it's nice. But they cleared you. Shit. Okay. So in these kinds of situations, you've just assume you've lost. Honestly, like assume you've lost, and because you've already lost, you have nothing to lose. So sitting in a corner, in a random corner on the site, on the bomb site, it's never gonna be the solution. Maybe like once in 1,000 years. And also a headphones issue. I think I would have heard the Phoenix coming. I don't have my right ear cup on my head, so I couldn't hear the Phoenix, but normally when I'm playing, I do hear what's going on around me, so I would have been ready. So like if I were in your position, I would have bought a shorty, and I would have been ready to kill this Phoenix with a double pump of the shorty. Or if the Phoenix wasn't there, the plan would have been to just fuck up anyone who's trying to plant without clearing the close corner, basically. It's still not the best position to be in. If I would be playing that, I would be in the corner Also, it's split. I hate split, but I would be here. I would be here in this corner. That's the most beautiful arrow ever. I'd be in this corner here, and I would be playing shorty in this corner with a classic as well dropped on the ground, so that after we kill one enemy that's coming out, we can kill a second enemy with our classic right click as well. Because after we pump one enemy into death, we're gonna have no ammo in the shorty. We're gonna need to pull out our classic instead.
Hopefully breach doesn't aftershock me.
I wouldn't be worried about a breach aftershock. I'll be more worried about the breach aftershock for that left side, but again, you have nothing to lose. So it's just better to be in a position where you're just immediately fighting the enemy instead of hoping they don't clear you. Somehow it's a 1v1. Unlucky. Yeah, Phoenix is ult, so again, you can just expect a rush. They will probably go A.
Back at it.
Because they've already gone B 2 times. Players will generally change things up now. So after this guy gets info, okay, it's B. It's B. We need to go. Why aren't we moving?
Yeah.
Like,
Doing a thing.
like, are we looking at the minimap here? Because if we're looking at the minimap, we know nothing's A. If nothing is A, and your Sage is peeking mid and no one's mid, we need to be already on B. Like, there's no reason for us not to be on B already.
Doing a thing.
And this is a... Okay, nice. We're making use of the gap in the smoke, but... Okay, nice. And you kind of...
There's that.
Okay, nice. Wow.
Don't miss me.
We're really... Yeah, we're playing well with our teammates.
Heal up, squad. No peeking. Hawk out.
Nothing. Oh my god! Low sense moment.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Was it?
It's like we're playing with a steering wheel. This is worse than my sense. Maybe we just don't have enough mouse space or something, but like we cleared the backside and that's it. And we need to be flicked onto another angle already. But no, otherwise this is just well played. We're playing with our teammates.
Wasn't nice at all.
Up to the light. Can someone get this?
The enemy is unlikely to keep going B. If they keep going B, that's probably gonna feel like really shit for them because we're starting to kind of find out that like our retakes are probably gonna start working more. Starting mid is fine. Like
Smoke say.
Ooh.
Say.
We need to push up. This is not quite necessary yet. We have smokes. We need to hold the smoke. Omen teleported. We heard the teleport.
Spike planted.
Omen is in the heaven smoke, very likely. Omen is very likely in
Nice and slow now.
in this corner here. He is very likely to be right here. Or here. 2 angles that he can be in. Because we heard the teleport. Alternatively, he may have crossed and he's in this corner here. That's also a possibility. So if I'm correct, yeah, that was not Omen. Where is Omen? Where is Omen? Like Omen had various plays he could have made. Okay, interesting. We don't even see the Omen. Oh my god. Did we see the Omen? Where did we see the Omen? That's kind of funny. Where did the Omen go? He teleported into a different dimension. Oh my god.
Shit.
There he is. Where was he? Wait. Where was the Omen? Was I right? Was he in the corner the entire time? I can't see because of the fucking tree. I think he was in the corner. Pretty sure he was in the corner.
The offer stands. Take whatever life beneath them.
I wish there was an option to turn off the finishers because it does tank some people's PCs.
Bucky.
What's our FPS?
They have money. I don't.
Packet loss shooting error. All these graphs, but no FPS graph. Oh my god.
It's it.
Okay. Oh, nice. Now we have a play. Now we have a play that might work. Like, that's good now.
Don't miss.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Dismiss. Yeah, we're a bit tunnel visioned again, just on that gun. We really don't need to be. A bookie for this situation is okay.
Is ready.
We also have ult. That's another thing. We have ult. We have Sage Res. Considering that we have Sage Res and that we're gonna have one ult orb, committing to this kind of situation is not the best. It's great. This is already much better than what you did on the eco. Except we can't really just ignore the enemies as they're coming at us. Like, this is not a situation where we can just go for the gun safely. This is a situation where we need to be ready to pump more enemies into the face with our bookie, because they're gonna run at us, because they will not respect us. Especially not if we don't give them a reason to respect us. So right here, after we pump the raise, we can't leave the cover and just ignore the fact that there's enemies on the fucking bomb site. This is something that you just have to consciously work on to improve. But yeah, I hope you realize that from the enemy POV, what you were doing was basically a Yoru clone. You literally just Yoru cloned on their asses. As a race, we can't be Yoru cloning. Just like Yoru is just like surprised Pikachu face because Yoru is the one meant to be doing this. I know that we don't have a Yoru, but this is basically what could have unfolded. Is the enemy is just like looking at your ass like, what the hell is the race doing? What the hell is race? Why did I say race? It's Waylay. What the hell is the Waylay doing? What the hell is the Waylay doing? What the hell is the Waylay doing? What the hell? This is what you were gonna do, wasn't it? Like freaking
140 breach.
ignoring
140 breach.
everything. Average breach flash. The average breach flash. It actually is.
Great, Gear up and get back out there. I don't want any sass about it.
Okay, they're so likely to go B again. Like, honestly, I dig. Yeah, I love that you're coming. This is great. So, here's the thing. Not many people know this, but when you have a breach, this breach has the choice. Basically, this breach has the choice to either ult like this, or to try and kind of clear like more angles, essentially. Because like if he just ults this, he's not clearing the left and the back left, and he's not clearing health, and he's not necessarily clearing rafters either. And he might not be clearing close either. You know, there could be someone close to the smoke. So he's effectively clearing the angles that might not be the biggest threat. So as a result, you can expect him to, if he's good, you can expect him to also like flash or like aftershock something here or some shit. And then obviously there should be like smokes up, enemy smokes and shit like that. So they're very likely to clear these spots, but also they're very likely not to. how does that make sense? It makes sense because it depends what ult the breach does. And honestly, I would be trying to play on the backside or the close left here against that breach, especially with our... Hopefully with our shotgun, because they're gonna rush us. Shotgun? No shotgun? Okay, no shotgun, I guess. No shotgun. Nice flash from the sky. If you see your... Whenever you see your flash player, your flash teammate, holding their flash in their hand, just turn from it. Like even before they flash, just turn from it. Like... It's I know it's kind of like trusting them to like flash on a good timing, but you may have been able to trade there if you were standing a bit closer to them and you were turned away so that you wouldn't get flashed. Because it's very likely they flashed like all 5 enemies with that top flash. And oh look, they did this stun, and in this kind of situation, they probably wouldn't have expected you to be in this corner, and you might have gotten... If you had the Bucky, that's like 2 kills, dude. That's 2 kills if you have a Bucky. I know they had a Cypher ult, but like not really gonna be good in that situation. They were all out at the same time as the Cypher ult was activated, and so it was kind of unlikely that they were gonna be looking at the minimap. And I think it's just one guy who was actually clearing you. So if you just kill the guy who's clearing you first, then you basically get at least 2 kills. You still got 2 kills, which is great. But it's just such a good position to be in versus a breach stun. And like with your teammates being like, you know, heaven slash pillar, they're gonna be distracted, and you might even just win the round for your team. But you need to be willing to make use of these situations. Now Raze has ults. I would be very careful, because if you're backside and they spot you,
Never mind.
yeah.
So far they have been rushing sides, that's why I'm rotating.
I vault.
I don't know.
Spike planted.
You notice that we pretty much always get into this really difficult situation whenever they push A. We all basically just die. So it might be a good idea to start A and try and deny or punish the A.
One enemy remaining. Gonna fall back
Okay,
here.
Raze's ult. It's kind of impossible to win, honestly. It's probably like elbow or CT. Oh,
Why did I should have hit him ultimate?
unlucky. But no, that Raze played it terribly. You had a chance there, but it's whatever. It technically wasn't a 1v1 because you already fought 2 guys, so you were low HP. It's whatever. Like, you're not gonna win these on low HP and with no information on the enemy, and with the enemy having ultimate. Yeah, you could have won that, but versus a good enemy, you probably will not win that. Like, if I'm playing as the Raze, I have full confidence that I will.
Arena, what's your uncle?
Someone go.
So they have Raze ults. You could deny it. That's true. Your ult gives away your position, so I would be careful. The Raze could totally ult you if you mistime it. So Sky's been pushing up quite aggressively. Okay, now she's not. That's good. Nice, and you peek 3, 2, 1.
I'm flanking.
Nice, perfect. Into use your abilities. No, I wouldn't be worried about that. That teleport is a mistake. You teleporting there is a mistake, because if the enemy does push out, your teammates have you. You have all these teammates here, and Sage on flank. Instead, you want to make use of your teleport and enter the smoke with the sky cabbages, which you weren't able to do because you just teleported instead of going forward.
Behind the box, behind the box.
One enemy remaining.
But it's fine. You won the round with that ult anyway, so like you just need to... In this round, you just needed a bit of duelist energy, basically. Try to ult. Guys, try to ult. Don't wait till last round to use it. That's good comms.
Sky,
But
come mid with me.
I wouldn't say it like that. I would say it like, I would request an ult in a certain situation. Like, for example, if I want my Clove to use her ult, I would ask my Clove to come mid with me and come fight mid with me. And the Sage could be ready to wall, but not before you fight. So like, you and Clove fight, Sage just waits, or maybe Sage fights with you, you know.
Someone come be with me and peek and I'll revive if you die.
So like, if you fight mid with the Clove, it'll be perfect. If you fight mid with the Reyna, it will be perfect, but it's not the best position for Reyna to fight from, but okay, you get a kill. Just follow your Sky. Follow your Sky. Follow your Sky. Follow your Sky.
Maybe fake, they don't
Right side. Smoke's going down in 3 seconds. I would not be shooting inside of a smoke because it can counter spam you. I'm surprised they don't know about you. Okay, I would just be so careful. Could be mid. I don't even know what I watched just now. What was that Clove doing?
Play smart.
Mid.
Play smart. That's also not a good comm. It's a very vague comm. You want to be coming like, yo, Reyna, play with me, or yo, Sky, come play with me. You know, stuff like that. Just strength is in numbers. In a 2v1, you don't want to give 1v1s. I'll just fuck the space at this point. Just go with your Reyna.
30 seconds left.
Or, yeah. Like, just strength is in numbers. Like, if you just complicate the game like that, then it's not gonna work out. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you gave a vague comm. I know you're confused as to why they didn't play smart, but it's you are ahead of your elo if you.
I thought you were AFK, but they didn't.
Like, it's an ahead of the elo mindset. I don't know how to explain it better. It is an ahead of the elo mindset, expecting teammates to play above their current rank, basically. Like, you're not gonna see this shit in Immortal as often as you'd want either. Because players just don't care. Like, players think this is a shooter, they're not gonna use their brains like that. They're not gonna like pay attention to like the top of the screen and to see, oh, we have like certain ultimates or certain numbers for the situation that therefore should determine how we play the round. It's not gonna happen. Instead, you are basically fully to blame for this because you did not go with your Reyna. You did not go with any other teammates. You can't stick all 5 together in ranked. But you can stick with someone.
Stand on top of a wall, he's not grim.
Okay, just peek this shit, 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 peek this shit. No, that was such a good timing. Turn the flash. No, no, no. This isn't even inexperience. This is not even inexperience. So this is a flash zone that every single flash agent in the game will exploit. This is one of those flash zones that you can always expect a flash in. Like, I'm not worried about the flash because it's so predictable. Because you can literally look away from the angle and look back after you hear the enemy flash pop. But you cannot do the same with a breach stun, because a breach stun fucks you up on this entire area, on the other hand. So it is much different, where like the breach stun does deny you the area. It does deny the space in entirety, as you can see. But the flash does not deny the space. The flash just denies you, you know, kind of looking at the angle. That's it. So in the moment, like especially when you hear the Phoenix ult, you can expect at least one flash. If you get flashed more than once, unlucky. But one flash is expected here. Now, whether you die here after you turn the flash or not, It depends on your mechanical skill, but I'm just instantly looking away. This is one of those situations where you can just reliably, like 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, read that the enemy is going to flash here. And so there should be no doubt in your mind that you should be dodging the flash, you know, before it even happens. Before it even, like, appears on your screen.
40. Dude, I said the refract.
Like, good timings, good peaks. Like, we're not scared to peak, which is great.
I could have killed two.
Reloading.
Phoenix ramps.
Down A.
I know exactly where.
You're very quiet. It's something I need to adjust. Given the audio
Don't make the same mistake.
volume.
Nice.
You were a bold.
And you shouldn't be worried that your teammates are not going to make the same mistake again, because they're obviously going to make the same mistake again. Like, it's pointless being worried that they for them to not make the same mistake again, because they're not going to change from one instance.
Okay, now this time I'll set it.
This is why people's mentals are so shit also, because they don't adapt. They just make the same mistakes. And as a result of always making the same mistakes over and over again, they end up getting more quote-unquote unlucky in these, you know, scenarios like 5v1, 4v1, where they should be winning, but they're not. So what ends up happening is you get these like back-to-back losses that shouldn't have happened, and that does tilt them.
Kill one, then get out.
And I'm not even bothering to listen to what you're saying here, because I just can't hear you. You're too quiet. And I'm already on max volume. I don't want to be tweaking this every single time.
If they don't push A, okay, now this time I'll set it here. They don't push A, I'll take the orb, then go back.
If you want to take the orb, you need to start against
If
the spawn
it
barrier.
is A, I'll try to get a timing, kill one, then get out.
You need to start against the spawn barrier if you want to take the orb, because after you take the orb, you're too far away unless you invest the teleport into the rotate timing. But that's not worth it usually. So you just want to take the orb and then go back. If it's not A. But you're so far away from A that you're kind of fucked. A flank is going to be theoretically better, especially in this kind of scenario. Yeah, you just need to push up. Like, it's too slow. The teleport doesn't even work. Oh! That was close. Yeah, but it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. Like, in this scenario, you need to expect that your teammates are going to be able to hold the site, because
Down B.
the enemies... Yeah, like, see?
Spike down.
Like, I wouldn't want you rotating here just because of the possibility that the enemy does not overcome it when all of your teammates are on the B side. And they don't have any ultimates or anything. So, there's a good chance they are not able to
Down
commit.
B.
And they shouldn't have
Enemy
committed.
remaining.
My ultimate is ready. Didn't want
Okay.
to join your friends, huh?
The ADS maybe wasn't necessary, but it's a small
Last
small
round
detail.
before the switch.
You basically had the kill.
If you're not spending your cash,
No,
At
they
least buy me
have
something fancy.
Can't judge. Last
Don't
time they
orc
had breach out, they went to B, so it's probably B again.
It's, I mean, good comms, great comms. This is infinitely better than
Probably.
most players.
Probably.
We can play retake with your ult.
Nah,
Also possible. Yeah. Sky by yourself.
Waylay ult cannot really cover that much on the retakes. Like, it doesn't cover shit. It really doesn't. Like, no matter where you do it from, like, you can't really cover anything. Like, you don't cover backside or this area this way, and if you do it this way, you don't cover backside or the pillar area. If you do it from heaven, even worse. Like, okay, you might be able to cover like the pillar and the plant, but you can't cover backside, you can't cover any of this area either. So it's it's not the greatest ult for retakes unless you pair it with other utility. For example, you might be able to pair it with like a sky ult or something for information, but generally it is better to just use it to stop the enemy push, or, you know, catch the enemies out in the open, basically. So one alternative you could do is, yeah, like sit backside. That's completely fine. Like you sit backside, you ult here, you ult this shit. They basically cannot dodge it. They cannot dodge it. Like, so it's a really nice and strong ult position, but you can get spammed there. That's why you don't want to stand up against the box. You want to stand back a bit so that you don't get spammed. So this position could be fine.
Yep, Turbo. I got one.
It's a fake.
Oh, they're playing normally. Wow.
Default.
Also, the smoke is denying you info, but you already know that they're gonna be hitting A, because they have Phoenix, they have Raze, they are gonna have Breach there too, maybe?
Nice.
No, Breach is here lurking. Okay, Breach was lurking. Still, most are towards A or mid. You know that. They're pushing up so hard. They wouldn't be pushing up so hard if they didn't have most of their teammates with them. Someone's probably already pushed up
Do we have
on A. Yeah,
Don't listen too much.
that
It
was
is on
very
site,
risky. That was very risky.
The brakes.
Ah, screens.
Ooh. Okay, we're just... We need to slow down. I know that we have teleport, but it's because we have teleport that we don't need to rush this. We're just swinging like we would normally.
Screens.
And we just dip into a crouch here instantly. Instead, it would be better if we just kept moving or just teleported.
Why did I not ult him? Free one kill.
Nah. This situation is tough. It's unclear whether you should have ulted or not, because your teammates are not playing together and you're not playing with your teammates either. So, like, ideally, I would not be going here solo. I would follow my teammates. Like, at this moment in time, Heaven is fine to take because we have our Sky who's going to be retaking through main. And if we take Heaven,
Don't listen
then
too much.
Screens
on site,
is not
yeah.
as much of an issue.
Hitting the brakes.
And peeking here with the utility is fine, but you just kind of missed it. Like, you want to bounce it off the wall harder, or you just want to...
Ah,
Here,
screens.
Why did I
Like, usually what's going to happen is players are not going to just play out in the open here. Instead, they're going to tuck a bit, because when they tuck, they have this cover to play around. So, so this is like basically the hotspot you want to blow. Like, if you think about the enemy's positioning as your own, then you know you're gonna know where to basically throw your utility. Right now, you just kind of thrown it randomly where it doesn't really stun them, because they're playing in this position instead.
not ult him? Free one kill.
Oh my god, I don't even want to watch this.
He could be
Standing.
judge. Wow.
These parasites aren't going to take
Now we're on
one
attack.
step.
Tell me before you go on, okay? So
Right, they have one sentinel. Just hit the A site. Just hit the A site. Let me see. Do I have my playbook? This is my playbook. Split. I think it's Phoenix. Split playbook. .png. That's for... Oh, here's defense. That's my old one. Never mind. That's a very, very old one. Fade. Fade split playbook. Is this it? There we go. That's my up-to-date one. Hardcore Sentinels, Cypher. If enemy has 2 hardcore Sentinels, if enemy has 2, but no. So if enemy has 1 hardcore Sentinel, 3 rounds in a row, 5-man push the A main. It's simple as that. A is incredibly easy to hit. If you get slowed or stopped on the A main push towards the A side, just go Heaven with utility. And generally, if you have no idea what to do, or pushing is not working, or yeah, you can just go mid, basically. That's the playbook. So I want to see you going A, because A is just so much easier. For B, generally speaking, you want to be split pushing, because the B choke point is still kind of
What
difficult
did he
to get
say?
out
We
of.
need you with you?
Yeah, we need you with you.
Can someone get out of a job?
It's not gonna be the easiest push if we all go 5-man B. It's still better than split pushing on pistol rounds. On pistols, you generally want to stick together instead of lurking or split pushing, but the enemy is most likely gonna expect you. It's like players are really used to just defending B.
I'm playing this safe.
I'm just deflating right now. You lost the timing. You have teleport. Oh, perfect. Just go away. Just go away. Just go away.
Yeah, rotate, bro, rotate. There's no need for us to say.
This team loves to rotate. I just know it.
Oh, we have
This is
no
perfect.
mid. This is bad. This is so bad.
Nah, this is fine. No, go, 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 go. They will not have pushed up. It's pistol.
What are we doing?
No, this is perfect. Go, go, go. It's solo queue. No, no, go side. Go
plant.
side.
You have spike.
Bro! Bro! Bro!
Why did they leave me and why is nobody with
No! They didn't leave you. You just...
nobody pushed
We're not going side, bro.
This is
What is your goal with going heaven? Like, go side. You have side. You have the plant down. Then you can just station up in a passive position. They have classics. You can take some really nice, clean ghost fights from the bomb sites, but we just don't go.
never win.
We just don't go for the win objective. Like, the rotate was perfect, but
30 seconds left.
Not enough time, I think.
Last player standing.
because usually players in solo, like, this is just falling apart because, first of all, yeah, we had no mid control, but the bigger issue is that it's pistol round. Players will rotate very quickly. Because players will generally they will rotate very quickly. That means that you really need to rotate really quickly, and ideally through mid. Even through mid, rotating through mid would be perfect. Because how do I reset? Like, you're losing the timing by going through spawn, and it's very time sensitive, this strategy, where you have that much time, 20 seconds basically, over 20 seconds, whereas this takes you just a little bit longer. Like, it takes you like an extra 2 seconds. It's not really worth it. And by going through mid, you're also clearing mid at the same time. So it's just better. Players will generally rotate really quickly towards the A side or B side on a pistol, because faking on pistol is not very common. Players will generally overcommit. So after you got this kill, the enemy will be like, oh shit, we need to rotate. And they will probably be like halfway through the rotate, maybe more, by the time you get this kill and create noise, basically. Like, if they heard you in garage, then, you know, like, yeah, blah 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 blah, you know, 7 seconds. So after 7 seconds, they are to be likely over here, at the very least. So, and it's gonna take them even longer to realize that you've faked. So 7 plus 4, they're gonna be over here basically. And at this point in time, you know, they're gonna have a very late reaction, so they're gonna be like basically here or here, somewhere in this area at this point in time. And that's kind of the call to go through mid and, yeah, rotate, because you can expect the enemies to rotate at that point in time. But because we have no mid control, we basically have to gamble that either there is no one mid, or we push past the mid into the bomb site situation, where we don't need to worry about the flanker as much. Even if we don't have heaven control, it doesn't matter whether they come from here or from here, because they're still ultimately going to go into this angle here. So on a post plant, you have way more opportunities for getting kills and way less kind of angles to worry about at that point in time. Like, you only have this angle, and this angle to worry about on a post plant. And there's a lot of positions you can put yourself in as a waylay to kind of deal with those angles on the post plant. Playing like hell, depending on how you play hell, could be fine. Depending on how you play elbow, could also be fine. Like, if you are constantly jiggling for screens and checking heaven, then you kind of have two angles at once here. Or if you just play around this piece of cover here or this piece of cover here, kind of dead zoning back and forth, that's also perfectly fine. Just making sure that you don't overswing into this angle, and you only swing this angle. But yeah, this is just... Yeah, the plan mainly fell apart because you needed to be on the same page as the rest of your teammates, where they wanted to hit the A site directly. You were going heaven. It's pistol, so it's quite a big issue. Obviously, as I said originally, just hitting A sites is gonna be better. Like, players are gonna be very ready to rotate to the B site, and they might even just heavy stack towards the B site, mid/B site, and they're gonna have like a really fast rotate. And without heaven control, you're kind of fucked. But on the A site, without heaven control, you're not as fucked. There's like not as many angles the enemy can actually fuck you up from the heaven on the A site, just because the bigger worry would be what the heaven here connects them to, right? The enemy, if they have heaven, they might also have ramp. If they have ramp, they might also have this area soon. So that's kind of the issue here. Like, this tiny choke point here is usually not a big issue. You don't even need to peek it. Usually you just need to make sure the enemy doesn't jump out. And so if they do jump out, you need to be ready to like peek it on a timing or something whilst they're falling, or just peeking on some kind of timing where they don't expect you from the 50 different angles that you could be in. Like, you could be hell, you could be over here, you could be screen, you could be here, you could be here, you know. So this is not exactly the best angle, but from here, you know, players can isolate angles pretty easily. Like, they can isolate as the enemy is routing towards the rafters from heaven, they can clear this corner, as well as hell. They can clear the right side here, and someone can hold them from here very easily. So it's like, you know, it's much easier for the enemy to flood out of heaven on the A side compared to the B side. So this is not as imperative. It's still nice if you could get it, but doing it solo, it's kind of risky.
Default, we have no guns.
Well, no.
We're too
So
slow.
this is also another thing, is playing default when you have no guns is kind of useless. You're gonna lose anyway. So, like, again, you have nothing to lose. What should you do? You should just 5-man it down mid, ideally, because mid is gonna give you the close range engagements. Alternatively, you can just smoke. You can request a smoke. Request a smoke here, and then just 5-man it down ramp, basically. Like, in these kinds of scenarios, the point is not to win. The point is to fuck up the enemy economy, and you know, maybe from there, you know, get a hold of their guns, and then maybe from there, that's gonna let you take over, you know, the situation and have better chances at winning. But yeah, it's difficult if you just ask your team to default, which means that, oh, they're probably gonna spread out. They're probably gonna be playing a little bit here or there, when like the enemy is not gonna push them. Like, at least a good enemy will not push the enemy when they are on an eco, because what that's gonna mean is you just get a free gun. But if the enemy will push you on an eco, and you're all spread out, well, now the enemy has better chances at just getting eco frags and just getting away with bad plays. It's very unlikely that they push. Very unlikely that they push. Like, so this is already not productive because we need the mid smoke right now. We need the mid smoke to be able to push the breach, but the breach has like such a good angle to basically flash from and shit like that, so it's really difficult. And we're fighting long range angles with the classic, which is also not
Bridge low.
great. That's why we need the smoke here, so that we can close in the distance and fight from ramp. This is just, there's no way you get that kill.
Gonna fall back here.
No, no. Like, you need, like, it's as simply as possible. All you need to do is make sure you get close range fights as 5, because you're already lost. You have a massive, massive guns disadvantage,
Last player standing.
Okay, the
and you know that. You know you are at a massive guns disadvantage. Defaulting doesn't accomplish anything. There's going to be very few instances when defaulting does anything in these kinds of scenarios, especially in solo queue. In pro play, it's obviously going to be different. In pro play, whatever they're doing is going to have a clear purpose, and it's going to be productive to some extent towards the round win or towards the game win. Here, that's kind of disconnected, because in ranked, to connect the game plan to the game win, you need to play as 5 in these kinds of scenarios. Like, strength is in numbers.
Can you all just enter with me? I'll wall it, bro.
And you can't be losing your timing here on Waylay. Okay, nice, 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 perfect, perfect. Pop TP, pop TP, go, 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 go.
Well, let me
You
dog,
lost the
let me dog.
timing. You lost the timing. You lost the timing.
Wait.
Now go.
Ah, and smoke.
Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. You just lost all the timings. You just lost all the timings. And now the Phoenix is flashing. I already knew that he was gonna flash. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. So as entry duelist, the number one thing you want to do is you want to take as much space as possible, as safely as possible. The safest way to take as much space as possible is to be the first one in. To be the first one in, especially in these kinds of constrained spaces, is to not stop. Pop your dash. It doesn't matter where you pop your dash or teleport. You pop it, and that's it. You just run in. You run in. There's not a single round in Valorant where I, as Phoenix, am not running into the smoke and fucking up the enemy, even if they have a shotgun. If you think the enemy could be in there with a shotgun, what do? You slow, you flash, you use a piece of utility to fuck them up, and then you jump. Usually, you also want to jump, because if you jump, there's a greater chance that the enemy will just hit your legs and you're gonna live. In this scenario, if you know the enemy race plays like that, you can also ask your Sky to dog early. If your Sky dogs early, you can just follow the Sky dog and take the space much easier. So just ask your Sky dog instantly, and this is going to help you take the space by running right behind the dog. With your teleport here, randomly, doesn't fucking matter where, as long as it's like, you know, not wasting your time. And then you get into the smoke in 3 seconds safely. And then you can just freeze, because with the enemy omen smoke being popped so early, you don't need to rush. So after you take the space, you just hold the smoke. You can't expect the enemy race to walk into the smoke after the Skydog. So you just hold for the race. and you probably fucked them up. And guess what? You could have a shotgun as well. Like sometimes, just for the sake of learning, you know, like this is still gonna get you the win most likely, but just for the sake of learning, what you can do is just persist on overcoming that particular situation. You can expect the enemy to do the same thing again. So, you know, overcome the situation. Fuck the fact that maybe it might be more correct to go mid, or that it might be more correct to go A in this situation. So again, any ideas, question mark? You shouldn't be asking your teammates that. They have no ideas, dude. You cannot rely on your teammates. The idea in this situation is to go mid as 5. Unless the Reyna doesn't want to cooperate, but that's fine. Fine, so go with the Reyna, you know, if you want to. Playing slower, it's not ideal. Oh, fun fact, you can dodge the enemy raise, because right now you're fucked. You're fucked unless you pop your dash, basically. Like your dash is a counter to the enemy raise ult. Oh, okay, wait, never mind. The raise was elsewhere. Okay, so you're safe. You're safe. So you don't need to sit in the corner. You can walk up. You can walk up. You can walk up. That doesn't accomplish anything. Jumping up doesn't accomplish anything.
That's it.
Phoenix might flash on a timing. I would play anti-flash. Since I'm behind my teammates, I would be playing anti-flash at that point in time.
Do anything. This is insane.
Why are you asking your teammates to do something? You're the one who needs to do something. And your Sky needs to enable you to do something. So, good flash from the Sky. The Sky's watching pro play. Good trades.
Ding ding Zephyr.
Ooh. Okay. Go. Don't let the flash stop you. Don't let the flash stop you. Don't let the flash stop you. One more.
Down B.
One more backside. One more.
Zephyr low 120.
Protect Willie, please.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my
Doing
god.
a thing.
Nice.
We need nothing but
Okay. Nice. Still, that was very rough. You had to get through like breach flashes, breach stuns.
Reyna, do you want your guardian?
I just wouldn't be going there. It's fine though. It worked. The enemy rage just ulted unprompted.
I'll revive also someone there.
Bad idea.
You're at a
bad
slight
idea.
advantage.
And we'll see what happens, okay?
But again, this is the same idea here, is you cannot lose the timing onto the A main. Your teammates will likely have your ramp. Your teammates will likely have your ramp as long as you don't step backwards, exposing yourself more to the ramp angle. So here, off of the Sky Flash, you need to go. Instead, your Sky is first. Instead, your Sky is first to take contact. It's not great. It's not great. The escape is nice.
We have to take all of the
But we're letting the enemy push us back when they aren't really doing that much to push us back. Like, why aren't we going back? Yeah, we can expect one to be mid.
Come rotate, guys.
We cannot stay. I don't care.
Bro.
Yeah, judge.
Bro, just go side. Like, if you go side, you have side. Like, oh my god.
I'll try to get a timing.
Yeah, you're trying to get a timing when you lost like 2 timings over on the A push. You should be peeking with your Sky here. Just peek with your Sky. If you're with your Sky, you have such a massive advantage. Honestly, like, you're unstoppable with your Sky. Like, you're actually unstoppable. With the Sky Flash, you are so unstoppable. It's unreal, dude. Like, literally just ask Sky to flash ramp next. Ask Sky to flash ramp next. You kill one guy, go flash ramp. Sky flashes ramp, you peek with Sky. You fuck them up. But instead, you're letting the enemy make all these moves on you first. Like, you've lost all the timings. I know you might be creating another timing, but... yeah, yeah, that's an angle they can see you from. It's good that we're not turning away.
I didn't look here. Shit.
One enemy remaining.
Has judge.
We're not turning away from the angles, which is good.
Why?
Wait.
Last player standing.
It's okay, it's planted kind of for you. kind of planted for you. Yeah, they might stick it. NT.
Clutch.
Yeah.
Wow, nice boots.
So when it's planted like that, you cannot be aiming there. You need to aim so much more to the right than you think. The spike has a massive radius. He's likely diffusing on the very edge. There's a very high chance that he's just diffusing on the very edge of the spike, which means that if he's smoking like that, you're like spamming right on the spike, but you need to be spamming to the right of the spike, basically. That's how you get that kill. Because the spike was planted shit, where normally the spike will be planted basically out here. Like, it's going to be planted out here like that. That's the correct way to plant, but they did not plant like that because they're solo queue idiots. So the Omen is not able to... is able to diffuse from a spot where it's just much less intuitive to spam from. You can use the map geometry also.
Nice.
You can use the map geometry to tell you where to spam, basically. So if you see a little bit back,
Never mind, could have picked up the van.
you look at where the spike is planted.
Last player standing.
You look at where the spike is planted. The spike is planted right above the green sign here. So the middle of the green sign is where it's planted. Or like above the cable, right? So that's like a lineup for the spam for the specific plant spot. And let's see where you're shooting. Look where you're shooting. Oh, actually, you're... Yeah. So you're almost there, but like I would be shooting basically here. So I accidentally turned on chess. I don't want to put on chess. Can I... There we go, epic pen. I don't know why it launches so slowly. It's like we already know that the spike is basically planted here. So you need to be shooting like basically there. Like you're not... You need to be shooting basically on the edge of this wall. Which is like much less intuitive. But that is why it works when the enemy sticks the spike like that. Oh,
Nice boots.
Alright, lucky socks. Don't fail me now.
like Omen is smiling because he's already done this
Just push
before.
the smoke.
The Omen has already done this before and he knows it works. Because that's just a common pattern.
We can go mid, like they have no shade.
And you can use this pattern too. Like a smart person will not just make use. The smart person will not just learn from their mistakes, but they will also learn from other people's successes and mistakes. So
Why are we not going mid?
like that situation should be no different to you than any other situation where you made a mistake, where you can change something basically. There's always something you can do. Going mid is perfect. I expect that we win this round just because of the fact we are pushing mid unexpectedly.
Spike drop.
And we're not making noise, which is even more perfect. We know Breach is vent. We know Cypher is
Fall
B.
back here.
Breach is vent. Cypher is B. We should not be pushing spawn. We should take the bomb site. Need to clear everything on the bomb site. They have walled vent, so we only need to worry about CT, and
Slowing them down.
One enemy remaining.
that's fine. It's fine. We did bait our Sage, but it's perfectly okay. Realistically, you should be the one like running it. Like, if you're not applying any common protocol, like a refrag protocol, where you're always making sure to be with a teammate, the first small step you can make towards that is to overextend as much as your teammates are overextending. Like, you should be that Sage
Kill myself.
as step one. Step two, don't be that Sage, but play with that Sage instead, you know? If you can't do one, do the other first, which is literally throw your life away peeking CT solo. I know it sounds dumb, but like you need to kind of change your mentality a bit. And
I can't use my ult because they can. Sometimes they play here, sometimes they play here.
okay?
I can't cover.
you can use the ult to route a specific way. Like, of course, your ult is not gonna cover everything, but it can help you make a plan with, for example, the Skydog in mind. So, for example, let's say your Skydogs. Your Sky just dogs and clears the close angles, which she should. So she's gonna clear the left side, and then she's gonna go ahead and clear the left side here, and then the right side as well. She's probably gonna have enough info, at least on the left side here. And this is gonna allow you to make a game plan based on that. So we know that the Skydog will not clear this area. The Skydog will not clear Heaven. The Skydog will not clear this area necessarily. But that's just kind of 3 areas the Skydog does not clear. So off of that Skydog, guess what you can do? You can just ult one of the areas and then route accordingly. So if this is how your Skydog, if this is how your Sky will route her dog, then you can just route with that dog. It's that simple. And how would you want to use your ult for an advantage in that case? Well, you could slow kind of the left side, because if the Skydog spots anyone here, they will most likely get stunned. If the enemy is far away, they will most likely be more specifically in this box. And if they're stunned in this box, this is really good for you. They cannot kill you. If they're stunned close range, or stunned or slowed, if they're slowed close range as you're peeking them, then there's a much greater chance that they will like one-tap you. Like if you stun them and you're peeking them when they're like really close to you, they have much greater chances at shooting you. So the Skydog is your better bet for the info and for stunning the enemy close range. And then if the enemy just gets stunned, great. If the enemy doesn't get stunned, you still have a decent fight in with your double dash, making sure that you're covered from Heaven. So if there are no smokes, or if the clove smokes are shit, you're still covered from Heaven because you're kind of on this line here. It's really difficult for the enemy to peek you from there. And if they do try to peek you, right, if it's an enemy, they have to like swing all the way out here. But like your teammates at this point in time should already be behind you, so you should not be dying here to any enemies peeking you. And you are going to be covered from lane, hopefully. Hopefully there's going to be a smoke. If not, that's fine. So yeah, that's kind of, that would be my game plan. That would be my like version number 1 of how I would execute onto the bomb site with my Skydog, basically. Version number 2 would probably be different. Maybe I noticed that, oh, the enemy is jumping out of Heaven quite often, so maybe I'll just ult Heaven instead. And then by ulting Heaven, maybe I'm able to focus on these angles much more easily. And then maybe that will also allow me to route Heaven after that. So that's another possibility, is I can maybe double dash onto rafters and then clear these angles, and then continue routing Heaven instead. I wonder if the dash does reach to rafters from garage. If it does, great. If it doesn't, unfortunate. So yeah, it just kind of depends, but it's just about having like a concrete game plan. Just because your ult doesn't cover everything doesn't mean it's gonna be useless for the situation. Okay, I'll just ult. I'll just ult. There's 3 guys. 3 enemies. 4. 1 behind. Yeah, like we're last in line when we should be first. Our teammates are willing to push.
Yes.
Yeah, like we're not entering. Like off of the. So this is where we have the timing here now. Like after we get that kill, just push, just go. Your Sage walled it. I'll be trying to get on my Sage's wall, for example, to try to take some more space. We don't have to necessarily double dash. We don't necessarily have to use our ult, but it would be infinitely better if instead of being behind our teammates, that we were like on top of the wall instead and ready to kind of fuck up the enemy from on top of the wall.
Tower, tower.
Or something, you know, that's just one
Backside.
idea. Somehow we win, but I'd say we're just lucky because we weren't really doing anything for that first part of the fight. Or we've not really done anything the entire round, really. We need to get something done. Like, if it's not entry, it needs to be timings into smokes. If it's not timings into smokes, it's gotta be something else. You know, refracking teammates,
Arena, you have spike.
supporting teammates, making some kind of game plan that's more concrete than just hitting B again.
Let's Sky take the orb and then we continue.
Wait. Protect.
ADSing close range or medium range is not necessary.
Arja, come back, come
You
back.
need to spam him back.
Spike down B.
Why is he not?
Come back, come back.
It's fine to go back, but you should have spammed that Cypher back. If you take the full step back against that wall, he's going to be much more visible.
One in the smoke.
I think so, at least. I think I tested it already. Was he visible? I think if the Cypher spams from the ground, he's visible. If he spams from the top of the stairs, he's not visible. So, he was spamming from the ground, so... you know where they are. You know where they are.
Just make some.
You know where they are. They're right side. They are right side. They repositioned. They repositioned. They could be close left, but they're most likely right side. You saw the sky cabbage.
Okay, two are here.
You will die, he has one way. Don't take that.
Okay.
Go,
Uh,
plan.
Not optimal. Shit.
They have ults. You did not plant. You have...
You have ult, you have ult.
They're gonna defuse.
Last player standing.
Unlucky.
Nothing else.
Yeah,
Ah,
so
What am I supposed
you can't just dash randomly and panic. You need to dash on top of the screen instead. If you dash on top of the screen and look down, it's a free kill, basically. And then you also have elevation advantage against the next enemy, the Phoenix.
supposed to do? This plant is awful. Why
Save
did he...
them.
So you still could have made it work, but we are just panicking a little bit. The dash lets us... The way to improve upon this is not really specifically for this situation, it's specifically for the fact that the dash does let you have elevation advantage. So by default, you should be dashing on top of elevation instead of just randomly onto the ground afterwards.
Match point.
By doing that, you're also going to have your gun out much sooner because you're going to be up in the air, falling, as opposed to landing really quickly onto elevated surfaces. So you're going to be much more ready to take fights after your dash, which is important.
Planted anywhere else. The site is huge. Yeah.
Like it is true that your teammates made a mistake there with the plant again, but it's not the first time that they made a mistake with the plant. So what's the solution? You take the spike yourself and you take the lead. Maybe, you know, like I know that there's like the fear of, oh, but what if I die entering sites and then the enemy has spike? Well, if you should be committing to a certain bomb site anyway, then it doesn't matter. You're gonna get the ult orb instead for planting.
He could have ran and just...
I just wouldn't be focused on what my teammates did, and I would be focused on what I could have done in this situation, which is, yeah, dashing on top of the screen and killing the breach with him not even being able to shoot back at you because he will not be looking at you.
Doing a thing.
He would be directly above his head. It's an okay angle, but... Okay, we have info.
Spike down A.
Ooh, okay.
Really? Now they're going B.
Phoenix tower. Phoenix tower.
why are we going B? Do we have the spike? I don't think we have the spike. I think priority is on making sure that our teammate doesn't die with the spike on the A site. Going B site makes no sense here, because if we lose the spike, we're now gonna be on the B site. To what end? Like the enemy doesn't know we have spike on A, but they will know soon.
Phoenix Tower.
And like, this just makes no sense.
Pierce is
It makes no sense whatsoever. Like, we're very lucky right now.
Breach on site and Cypher CT.
30
So be
seconds
careful,
left.
Sky.
One enemy remaining.
Okay,
Last scene CT.
we're just ignoring the CT guy. Okay.
Just hide. Hide and play the door, please.
Last player standing.
know exactly.
Like, these comms are completely useless. Like, these are vague
Sky's
comms. These are vague comms. These players, like, you have to assume that they don't know what playing together means. Because when are they gonna play together? Like, do you want them to play together from like the first second of the round forever? Like, you know, like there's often times when you should not be playing together. So it's just a bad comm to give. Like, you want to be more specific. Like, hey, let's push the A site together. Fuck ramp. You know, like on Brimstone, why was my win rate on Split so good? Well, because oftentimes I was not scared to give callouts that were theoretically bad, but practically speaking were good. For example, my teammates hated when I was smoking off here, and here. But here's the thing. What does this get us do? It gets us to meow, bloop, 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 bloop. There we go. And then guess what we can do? We can do bloop, 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 bloop. Maybe. Or bloop, bloop. And then enemy dead. Enemy flanker dead. Or enemy heaven dead. Because we did some unexpected shenanigans where we actually held an angle wide in this angle here, you know? Shit like that. Like, it's like we have possibilities even after the post plant. So it's not like the post plant is gonna like directly make us lose or something. Like, we cannot be playing like post plants are gonna make us lose. Like, they're gonna make us win. Like, if we get into the post plants, we're gonna win.
Sky by yourself.
Like, it's that simple. Like, we're gonna win way more at least. Like, you have spike, so what? Like, fuck that. You know Phoenix has Molly. You know Phoenix might use his Molly in a second if he's here. Go, 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 side, 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 side.
Back in a flash. Slowing them down. Wall raised. Last player standing. Spike down A.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Yeah, like, this round was not the problem. Again, I would have liked you to
Wall raised.
just, like,
Last player.
just go side. Like, like, ask for smokes and go side. Don't we have smokes? We have smokes. They're right here. The clove. We have the clove. And you should not be afraid of the Raze ult either. Or the Phoenix flashes, as a matter of fact. Because you have your escape ability. You are basically invincible.
Back in a flash.
As long as you have your TP active. So, like, what you did there was basically baited your teammates, because you could have been the one up ahead, distracting the enemy Raze and throwing her crosshair off from your teammates who are vulnerable to the Razor ult, and instead you could have been the one dashing out after the Razor ult fires in your direction. But instead you're running away with a knife out. Like, it's just this duelist energy that you need. Just that, really. Like, dude, it's a video game. Like, this Razor ult should not be like, oh no to you. This Razor ult should be like, oh yes, bet. You know, like, fuck the Razor up, dude. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, let's say you're not playing an agent with an escape ability, like a Jet, Waylay, Yoru. Well, what's the next... Like, is that still bad if you tank the Razor ult? Not necessarily. Because how many times is the enemy Razor ult gonna get multi-kills against your teammates who are
Back in a flash.
doing that? Like, you're so tunnel visioned and so scared for some reason. Like, you could have killed that Raze, you could have done so many things. But we're just scared to fight.
Slowing them down.
Anytime, like, abilities are in question.
Wall raised. Last player
We also have ult. Like, we have ult. Like, if the enemy raise ults, why don't we ult? You know? Like, so, again, just adding on to my point, where, like, you have all these ways of, like, fighting the enemy. You need to use them. Like, especially as Waylay, you can just completely nullify the effectiveness of, like, half of the abilities in the game just by teleporting away. Just by dismissing. Just fucking disappearing. It's like, these are just not the right situations to use these dashes. Like, you maybe wouldn't have had to use the dash in the first place.
last player standing.
If you just actually
Down A.
Joke's over.
faced the fights.
You're dead.
So let's actually take some notes now. How long was that? 2 hours 17. I did take my time this time on purpose, but okay, let's see. What was the other example? Let's play together or... I'm not sure what it was. It's just something that you need to pay attention to. I will probably edit this one. I don't know. Like, am I improving at this? Probably not much, but at least I have lots of things to kind of crop, I guess, or I don't know what to call this. I have lots of things I can edit. Have more duelist energy, take a hold of early timings, don't be scared to take space as quickly as your player movement allows you to. Make up plans on the spot of how you will use your... Don't assume an ability is useless just because it's not perfect. In this situation, you are a duelist, so please don't run your ability to let you take tank half the bullshit in this game, so stop running away. Take the bomb sites, stop avoiding the bomb sites and the post-plant scenarios. Getting into post-plants is how you win and not how you lose. Stop giving vague comms. Like, let's play together, play smart, these comms mean nothing to your teammates, start giving concrete comms like Skydog, this for me on the Lantry, or Reyna, play with me. If teammates aren't listening, then follow them around instead and stop separating. And stop separating from teammates. In many rounds, your will be 0. If that's the case, go crazy. Go crazy. To the down, mid, or other. As 5. As a full group. Of 5. Okay. So just gonna test something. AAA. Okay, that works. Nice. Okay. In many rounds, your chances of winning will be 0. If that's the case, go crazy. On defense, play right angle, short and classic. On attack, send it down mid or customer. I follow Charleston's playbook. Follow Charlton's playbook. If enemy has one centi, just hit the easier site. If enemy has 2 centi, you gotta yeah, so it's the same thing either way. It's the same thing, same game plan. It's just when enemy has 2 or more sentinels, that's when 5-man pushing A or B is going to be suicide in most cases. You can split push, you can split push other areas, so any area of the map you can split push towards the bomb site. You can decide what to do after taking a tower, for example. In this case, if you kill 2 or more enemies in tower, go A, no enemies should be on site. If not, take vents to the B side or retreat. Enemies likely to rotate to A. This lets you take B tower easily. Yeah. So split pushing will be something you will need to do. I think I'll just summarize it as that. Follow Charleston's playbook. If enemy has 2 Sensi or more, hitting sites as 5 will be difficult, so you will need to split push or at least take the middle area of the map, and then deciding where to go from there depending on what information you have and your / enemy numbers. From there, depending on what info you have and your / enemy numbers / economy. For example, if enemy has shotguns and you are on full buy, avoid close angles like smokes, like I don't know, garage and haven, and map areas. Okay, and how can I just shorten the notes a bit, have more duelist energy? Can maybe put this, paste it here. Copy, paste. Your abilities let you tank half of the bullshit in this game, so stop running away. Hold of early timings, don't be scared. Just take space as quickly as your player allows you to. This includes defense. This involves defense. This applies to both defense and attack. Make plans on the spot on how you'll use your utility for possible situations. Don't assume an ability is useless just because it's not perfect for the situation. Hit the bomb sites, stop avoiding the bomb sites and plant scenarios. Getting into boss stunts, how you win, not how you lose. Stop giving big comms, like less. So I think this is. Is this all related to one? Have more duelist energy. Take a hold of early timings. Make up plans on the spot. How you not assume an ability is useless just because it's not perfect for the situation. Teammate abilities can help you. Or even a single. Like a skydog can easily for you to make something work. Point is to try. Even if you die. Even if you die. So don't be clueless. Just start playing these, like getting dog to help you take control of a smoke that the enemy is always on round start. These mini games I'll capitalize those. Mini games like getting side out to help you take controls. Most every enemy element is always throwing around stars. Take the bomb sites, stop providing the bomb sites and plant scenarios, getting into post plans to how you win, not how you lose. You weren't swinging. You weren't swinging enough. But you were swinging. When you did swing. When you did swing on defense. Comes planning. Pre-round planning. Deathmatch. And I think I'll just throw it into GPT to polish it up. Copy. ChatGPT. Refactor. And refactor and format this text for me. Control and enter. I did not mean to press control and enter. Yeah, it's whatever. I'll just gonna turn off. I'll also copy both versions, maybe. Can I paste this as a file? I can, right? Upload as file. Original. Original unformatted feedback. Deathmatch fundamentals. Copy. Hopefully it pastes normally. Let's see. Nope. It doesn't. Okay. Use code and use Discord formatting. Discord formatting. I had a conversation with GPT where so that I can paste it easily. Interesting formatting, but let's see how that comes out. Cut. Paste. Okay. Deathmatch fundamentals, prioritize fighting around the bomb sites. So I think I want to keep this with this. VODs. VODing tools. Okay, prioritize fighting around one side. These reflect real gaming scenarios. Avoid lower value fights, e.g. attackers let defend respawn areas. Don't overpeak. Isolate angles properly. Slice the pie and minimize exposure. Play with intention, not speed. Adapt to your situation. Low HP or poor positioning. It's not equal round over. Look for ways to extract additional value instead of tunneling on heals. Adopt a duelist mindset. Your duelistic fights. Your kit is designed to absorb pressure and create space. Stop defaulting to disengaging. Oh, that's a good way to put it. Actually, I like GPT for reformatting shit. Yeah, stop defaulting to disengaging. This is nice. Capitalize on early timings. Take space confidently and quickly on both attack and defense. You hesitated too often. When you did swing, your timing was strong. Lean into that. Plan utility usage proactively. Think ahead on how abilities can be used in performing situations. Don't dismiss an ability just because it isn't perfect. Leverage minimal team utility. Even one piece of utility, e.g. an initiator drone like Skydogs. Can enable play. Actively look for small minigames to create advantages. Example, use Skydogs to take control of a common omen smoke at round start. Commit to bomb sites and post-plant scenarios. Stop avoiding sites. Winning comes from securing sites and converting post-plants and not avoiding them. The only time you want to deprioritize the bomb sites is when the post-plants are not working. Then something else might be the issue. Unless your post plans will have very low but in ranked. The only way to tell is by actually maximizing amount first. It probably doesn't look too good that I'm using GPT to reformat it, but yeah. Communication comms, avoid vague low-value comms. Let's play together, play smart, use clear and actionable instructions. Sky, dog this, I'll entry. Reyna, play off me. Teammates aren't responding, adapt, play off them instead of isolating yourself. Maintain proximity and trade potential. Pre-round planning. Recognize unwinnable or low probability rounds. On defense, play on conventional ratty angles with low-cost weapons. On attack, come into fast, close range plays as a full 5-man group. Follow structured decision making. E.g. Sharon's playbook. Enemy has 1 sentinel. Hit the weaker sites. Dependent. E.g. a site on split. Enemy has 2+ sentinels. Full 5-man hits are harder. Default to split pushes or mid control. Then decide based on information gathered, numbers advantage, economy. Adapt to economy and weapon matchups. If enemies have shotguns and you have full buy, avoid close range areas and side angles. There's no actively maximizing the amount of these scenarios first. Yeah. I don't think anything is wrong here based on what I saw. Yeah, that's about it. I think this took me quite a bit of time. I was gonna go to the shop. It's still not too late to go to the shop. I need to open the window in my room as well. Holy shit. It's the first time I had my window closed just because I had sore throat earlier, so okay, and okay, I will keep these. Oh yeah, wait, so it didn't mess up that. Yeah, I drew like a million arrows. Yeah, this time I'm not making like a playbook designed for this person because I don't know. I think I already got a good hang of how this app will work for me. I also need to take a shower. I need to take a shower, go to the shop. I'll go to the shop first. No, should I take a shower first? I'll take a shower, I'll go to the shop. Because shower, shop for dog food. I already have cat food. I have milk. I thought I needed milk, but I don't need milk. So that's it, I think, for today, because Saturday I have absolutely nothing to do. And so I might even end up playing some Botanicular. But Botanicula? No, Machinarium. Wait. Oh, but I might make the playbook first. Machinarium. I meant Machinarium. I might make the playbook. Yeah, I'll make the deathmatch playbook. Deathmatch playbook. Deathmatching playbook. Deathmatch playbook. Applies to most all maps in the game. Can I change the fonts? I can. Okay. Can I move it? How do I move it? There we go. Match playbook. Font size 36. Can I? How do I don't know. Okay. Gravitate to the bomb sites. Can I select the rectangle? Thickness. Okay. Can I copy? How do I copy? I can't copy. Okay. It's okay. Yeah, no, that's fine, I think. There aren't generally, yeah. Because, okay. Gravitate to the bomb sites. Oh, I'm hungry as well. Gravitate. Bomb sites. Gravitate to the bomb sites. As that's generally where the most are to be had. Can I make it bigger and thicker? I can make it bigger and thicker. Also, give me background. Semi. Black. Most valuable finds have to be had. Slice the pie. And then I'll give an example where we slice the pie. I use jets as the example. What's a good example area to slice the pie in? Think. What's a good example? Because it's deathmatch, which is kind of difficult. I guess we can just use this as an example. Slice the pie. I'll use a green marker for it. Green. Reduce the thickness a bit. Slice the pie. Slice the pie. Slice. No, that's kind of bad. Because it's kind of a precise area to slice. Okay. Maybe I'll just make sure everything is consistent here. Okay. Slice the pie. In a green. Slice. Where's my text? Where's my space? New keyboard and I already can't use it. Slice the the pie. Take your time. The fights will come to you regardless. Semi. How do I... Let's make it smaller. And if you get spawned in some weird spot, it's not really, there's not really any good examples. I guess take a fight. I don't know. I guess you can die or you can try and get to the bump sites. But where's like a weird spot to get spawned in? I guess, I don't know. There's no real weird spots. I guess this is a weird spot to spawn in. If you spawn here, I'll make this. So, you know, how do I undo? Here. I can actually do it the opposite way around, no? I can. Oh, I can do it the other way around. That's so nice. Wait, so I can do this instead. Oh my god, that's so cool. Undo. Okay. Don't go. So I'll make it dotted. Oops. That no longer works. Okay, red. Don't go. Go where. Don't go where less common fights are to be had. Don't route where less common fights are to be had unless you have specific good reasons to. Route. Route where you will end up in the absolute most common gameplay scenarios. Gameplay. Competitive gameplay. I want to make it even just because of LCD, but probably can't. How do I align it? How do I align it? Am I blind? I might be blind. Shit. Or you will find absolute most common gameplays. I can never remember how to spell occurring. Oh my god. Occurring. No, I spelled it right. Fights. Commonly occurring fights in ranked. That's where you will find the absolute most commonly occurring fights in ranked. Okay. Okay. Semi. Unless you have specific good reasons to. Yeah, like these are not common fights. Actually, I should have that on top. And also I can make the arrow bigger. Red, dotted. Shit! It's annoying. Because yeah, these are gonna be less common fights. Like if the enemy has a Sage, then you're not gonna be getting those fights very often. Times when you might be getting those fights are if you've cancelled a hit and you're rotating through mid, and then the enemy Sage wall might not be up, but that's still not kind of not the same scenario because you might not necessarily be specifically in this kind of shop area. So like this shit here, I would just avoid. It's so much more valuable to kind of not be fighting here. So I think I would be going towards the A side here. So if I get spawned here, going to the B side, it's going to take longer. I don't think Split has the best kind of examples to give. Like I think, where would I go? I think generally speaking, if I'm spawned in this spot, I think I would go towards the A side. Let me think. Because obviously these fights are very uncommon in ranked. They're not gonna happen unless like you flanked or the enemy has flanked, but like that's not really that common. It's not that important. It shouldn't be something you specifically go out of your way to do. So then if you come out of Sova and you're bottom mid, these fights could be useful. But they're still secondary to the actual bomb sites. Whereas what if you go here? I guess if you take care of this guy, that's now when you're going to have some really nice valuable fights. So you're quite close here to getting some valuable fights onto the ramp people. These fights and then main also is great. So I think this is great. This area is great to play in, especially because it's, you know, it's such an immediate start of round area that you're going to be in so often anytime you start on the attack or defense really side. Whereas on defense, do you want to be starting mid? Yeah, sometimes. So like if you're spawned here, that's not too bad, but I think generally speaking, yeah, this rule does also apply to splits, where you do want to avoid these areas. Yeah, these are find the episode commonly occurring fights in rank. Yeah. Applies to all maps in the game. Yeah, I think that's great. And then utilize various positionings. Once on the bomb site, utilize once on the bomb site. Once on somewhere on the bomb site. Once somewhere on the bomb site, utilize various positions to fight the enemy from, such as some examples. Mark some examples. Mark some examples. Okay. Once you are somewhere. Once you're somewhere on the bomb site, utilize various positions to fight the enemy from. Mark some examples. I'll have that in blue. Semi. Okay. Mark some examples. Give me the pin. Give me another pin. What are some good positions to play from? I guess this is kind of a good position, just not in deathmatch. That's kind of the annoying thing, is you can't really be swinging this very easily. I mean, you might be able to, I don't know. I'll add it here just because somewhere near the bomb site. I'll say near, because obviously it's not just the bomb site where you're gonna have fights. It's also gonna be a ramp or some shit. And screen, maybe. I think I would outplay elbow a lot as well. If I were really trying to maximize my improvement, I think I'd go elbow as well. I think elbow is great just because you're able to isolate the fights kind of easily. And it is the kind of fight that you should be able to, you should be getting comfortable with onto the screen person here. Okay. And if I'm heaven, is there anywhere particular? Not really, I just want to gravitate to the bomb side so it still applies. Yeah. Maybe I'll just narrow it down a bit. Yeah. And I'll add some extra positions here somewhere. Let's see. I guess, what are some good positions? Rafters, I guess. This would be a nice position here, for sure. Just because of how often you're able to take these fights here onto main and onto anyone respawning here. So like if it's a retake or defense scenario, it could be pretty good getting comfortable with these fights. Let's see. This angle, maybe hell. I think hell could be good, I guess. I don't know. I guess as attacker, you're often able to be hell, and also as defender. Yeah, I guess hell is also valuable to play around in. Garage is fine, I think. Garage is fine, I think. It's just you do get spawned on quite often, so I think another area would be here. Not sure exactly. Maybe pillar? No, pillar is very exposed, especially because players keep spawning on you. So like the flank scenario is not very good. Maybe backside here, where you're kind of able to isolate your fights pretty easily, because that could be good, especially on like a post plant. Yeah, so backside definitely. I'd definitely say backside is a good spot. I guess another thing you can do is if you're heaven. I wonder. I guess if you're fighting from heaven, I guess heaven in general is also good, especially on defense. I think fighting heaven is like, if you're on attack and you're fighting heaven, it's also valuable. So like heaven is decent as well. Yeah, I'd be fighting heaven as well, I think. As for the heaven on the A side, it's a little bit more tricky, I think. Just because you don't have as much of a good of a view onto the bomb side as you do from here, where you can kind of route to rafters quite easily. Here, once you're rafters, you're exposed to like 2 different angles. Might not be the best, or maybe it is good. Maybe it is good. Wait, is it good? Is it rafters a good position? Not really. Like you're exposed to main as well. You're exposed to so many angles, it might not be the best compared to the other positions. I guess also just I mean, because it's deathmatch, I also don't think playing back too passively is good. So maybe here would be okay. Or like against this wall, maybe. Against this wall, it might not be too great. Or maybe it is. Let's think. No, because it's much harder to isolate than I think. The enemy is less likely to push you from here because of this threat, so I think this is going to be a good position to play. Also, you're always able to interfere with these fights here, so I think this is an okay position. Especially, even on defense, to be honest, because you often want to be playing here. I think if players spawn on you, it's also kind of good, but I don't know. I feel like this is not the best position on attack, post plants, and executes necessarily. It's like, it's just because it's deathmatch. I'm not sure what's the best position in a deathmatch. I guess Mm. What is a good position on a deathmatch? A good position in a deathmatch with all spawns considered might actually be rafters. No, rafters not actually a good position to be. No, I don't think so. Actually, because if you're in this position, what ends up happening is that a player will actually spawn here, and you're both getting some valuable fights here. And however they peek you is actually fine because, yeah. So I think this is actually a decent key position to play in. This is also a key position to play in for sure. I'm not too sure about screens. I don't think screens is that much of a key position to play in. Although it could be. I think that's enough positions, I think. In a deathmatch, I think this is good enough. I think there's just a lot of angles that could be troublesome that I personally don't really like. At least in deathmatch. Ali, not really that great of a spot to play. Where do I usually play if I'm... I think I usually play... Because this is... I think I on deathmatch play around this area quite a lot. I also play rafters quite a lot. I think... Because playing around this pillar does let you isolate fights quite nicely. So... Okay. That's the playbook. I think that's it. That is the entire playbook. So let's now download it. Kind of interesting. I'll do 4 times the resolution. Solid. I'll do none. Minimap. Full. Select. Oh, I like this option. It's a nice option. Okay. Copy to clipboard. I made a little playbook for people. I think agent playbooks. I think I'll add it here. Deathmatch playbook. Deathmatching playbook for maximum. It's just split is not the best example. Oops, I already pasted one. Deathmatch playbook for maximal. For maximum improvement. Playbook, or it's not really a strategy. I guess it's a strategy and a playbook. It's more of a strategy, I think, an improvement strategy. So this matching playbook for maximum improvement. Split is not the best example for this. For this, but this ensures maximum. And this ensures you get both this following this playbook ensures you are engaging in the most useful fights for your own in Valorant. Another thing to pay attention to is one other thing. Are the guns you buy. It is important to understand and be able to play a wide variety of guns, the game, and using those guns and using to hone in on more universal skills like crosshair placement and or movement. Guns like Marshall are great for crosshair training. Crosshair. Guns like the Sheriff, like the Ghost, are great for training your movement. Training your movements. Guns like the Guardian, are for your target and first bullet. Guns like the Vandal are for training your trigger and recoil, trigger discipline, recoil control, burst, trigger discipline, recoil control, and bursting. Guns like the Marshall are for training cursor placement, guns like the Ghost are for training your movement, guns like Guardian are great for training target confirmation, first bullet accuracy, guns like the Vandal are great for training your trigger discipline, recoil control, and bursting. Shotguns, guns like shotguns and I don't know if you can call them niche. Specific guns like shotguns or Ares / Odin are generally not useful to train in a deathmatch. In regular deathmatch actually. Unless you have a specific reason to, like you are a shotgun one trick. Unless you are a shotgun, unless you have a specific that only makes use of those guns. Only allows you to use those guns. Only any of those specific guns. One of those specific guns. Like, for example, Race plus common challenge. For example, Raise plus shotgun only is a common challenge. Shotguns or Ares / Odin shotguns or shotguns Ares / Odin on ISO unless you have started only with any one of those specific guns, for example, operator. The operator is generally not that useful to train in deathmatch because the better for what the better guns for the skills. Needs, demands, but also aim labs is just for things like click timing, skills like and reaction. Reactions. What is speaking with the operator? Speaking with the operator. Not sure. Even if you. Knows the main gun you use because of the use of better guns for training the skills the operator demands. Better guns for training the relevant skills. First ammo is just more for training skills like click time and reactions. Let's mention the logical like that the operator was not a gun designed for use in an environment where there are no abilities that can counter it or stop it from holding. So if you do train the operator, if you do train with the operator, you will not necessarily be putting yourself in the most authentic engagements. Shit. Okay. That's it. All right. What's going on here? Just a bot, I'm guessing. Ooh, Gothic modding community. I want to join it. Yoink. Okay. I don't care. Oh yeah, I was okay. Let's just review it one more time. Split is not the best example for this, but following the strategy ensures you are engaging in the most useful fights for your own improvement in Valorant. One other thing to pay attention to: guns you buy. One other thing outside of the playbook. Outside of this playbook, to pay attention to one other thing to pay attention are the guns you buy. It is important to understand to be able to play a wide variety of guns in the game and using those guns to hone in on more universal skills like cursor placement and movement, as well as more specific skills as more skills that you may be with, or that you are trying to. Nah, no, that's fine. Not necessarily aim though. Fine. That's also more specific. Also more specific skills that you may be struggling with. Guns like the martial are great for training crosshair placement. Guns like the ghost are great for training movement. And guns like the guardian are great for training target confirmation and first bullet accuracy. Guns like the vandal are great for training trigger discipline, recoil control, and bursting. So guns like what is this? Shift control? No, shift enter. Okay. Don't avoid. If you struggle. Oh, I'm finally typing a bit faster on my keyboard. This feels nice. My friend said the keyboard was gonna feel shit because it's just a massive difference to like the Keychron keyboard I had, but like I don't know, maybe I just have no standards, but like I don't need any of that cushioning bullshit. I don't need any of that softening foam bullshit to make my key presses more quiet. Like if I want my key presses more quiet, I'll figure something out, but I don't really need that. Like it's not like I have clicky switches, so like if I want to, I can just make it completely quiet by not slamming down on the keys. That's hard. Not simple. Okay, if you struggle with something really common, like if you struggle with something really common, like card spraying, shit. What did I do? I pressed something. Shift enter. If you okay, I'm really happy with this. Like I've been meaning to do it for a while now, but I never got to it. Okay, I can clear the boards. All right, and still not that late, so I'm quite happy. Okay, I think that's gonna be it. Now let me just figure out. Okay, analysis. What's my keybind for ending the stream? Because I can't figure out how to flash my firmware onto my keyboard, so now I need to figure out the adaptation that I did for now, the temporary adaptation, since I cannot use shift with these special keys. Because I cannot use shift with these special keys, it is now, what is it? It's and end stream is a tap hold on the key. Which key is it? Which key is it? I'll turn off the Discord. So maybe first I'll just add a note. Copy link. Made. Okay. I will now go. Okay. Let's just figure this out. How do I end the stream? What's the keybind? Snip tool is hold, so chat borders, end stream, F24, which is a tap and hold on the record key. But yeah, because these four are the ones I cannot merge yet, because these are shifts with the same kinds of actions. And I cannot do that, so it's end stream, which is the first one, I think. Is it the first key? I don't want to click anything by accident. Give me TD1. So yeah, I think that's it.